we pick up the scene with you all on the ship heading towards Ganymede. You just arrived at Ganymede and see it. It is a mess. There is your what you can see from the distance is that the Martians who are there's no more UN ships, just Martian ships. There are debris. There's debris of UN ships all over the place, and Martian ships.
More behind us.
Yeah. One of the major mirrors that was reflecting light down to the domes of Ganymede to help grow food has crashed into one of the domes. From what you can see from the distance as you're getting closer is it's carnage. Everything seems to have gone wrong that could have gone wrong in a battle like this. In the meantime, you get a little hail because they're still locked into the cargo bay. You get a hail from the cargo bay, like a little message pops up saying someone's trying to contact the bridge.
Am I alive?
Oh yeah, we have to do that.
We kind of left that string hanging.
Give me
before I act. Important question.
Before we act, let's do one thing. Yeah, let's do that real quick because we said we're going to do that in the very beginning.
Am I alive?
I'm working on it.
I believe that how that works is someone has to do a medical roll.
Working on it.
Oh, let me.
Too late. I already hit the button, but apparently I have that delay thing like I did last week. So
well, then you'll roll normally.
There it is.
There it goes. All right, let me double check the turning damage.
Okay.
All right, so
I should be making a Constitution stamina check every 24 hours.
Which is what you should be doing. I'm even though it's every 24 hours, I'm just giving you saying every between the actions until you're healed.
Every 24 hours out of game.
Yeah.
Yes. Your physician can make an intelligence medicine test against TN11 as well, and then we use the better of the two rolls. It's a complicated test with a success threshold of 15 because I was basically dead. So,
Mike rolled the medical.
Remove wounded.
Right.
Remove wounded. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Also, you also had a +2 because you had or it may have a +2 to increase the requirement of the lifestyle. Okay, never mind. Yeah, I thought it might have a little bit better, but yeah, go ahead and roll your Constitution check.
Okay. Submit TN11. Submit.
Nope. So you're gonna want to use marks, but it seems like you're still wounded.
Yeah,
because it's 15.
Are you sure yeah.
Okay.
So this is one of those extended checks where you start adding up the drama dice, which is why you do it every 24 hours.
Yeah.
Now, there's nothing in the rules about going from wounded to injured. It's just like you're either wounded or you're good. So that's a weird thing.
We double check this real quickly. This is under interludes, right? That's what this would be.
Yeah, interlude activities recovering.
Interlude activities recovering. Okay. Requirements TN11 every 24 hours. Make an intelligence medicine to get the same TN. At a success threshold of 5, you can remove an injured condition. At a threshold of 15, you can remove a wounded condition. Okay, so for right now, we'll just say for right now you're still wounded, because he only got a 14.
Yep.
But yeah, we'll just say that.
Well, the way the success threshold works is that's the total you need on the extended test. So you add up drama dies over time. So now, since he succeeded and got a 1 on the drama die, the success threshold is now 14.
14. Gotcha. Yeah, I forgot about extended task rolls, which is why from like last season why Jata was able to hack so many things so quickly was because it's supposed to be an extended task roll, but didn't do it.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, okay, go. So next is going to be easier. So he's heals you up a little bit, but you're still experiencing that gnarly -2 to all of your tests. So,
and if I take damage, I'm just taken out.
You're just taken out.
So,
yeah. So, it's going to take you a little while. You were nearly dead. So, as you guys are coming into, into the Ganymede space, you get a hail from the cargo bay. It's just an incoming message request.
I'll answer.
For the ship, like it's
from inside the ship. Yeah, it's an internal comms.
Oh, okay. Yeah, accept it.
Okay, so when you accept it, you see the face on your console. You see the face of Laban, like right up to it, and he's like, this is we didn't finish our conversation. I am not going to just let you go. We're going to Ganymede because that's where the Martians are. We're also going to Ganymede. So I have the advantage. I can just send one message out to my ships and you'll be surrounded and taken out.
Do I hear this?
Yes, you all hear this. He's very loud.
Can I don't know, hack his comm terminal so I can remove his bargaining chip?
Sure. Give me a this is going to be, we're talking about extended hacking, extended tasks. Give me
it's me. Right?
Give me at least one of those. I'm looking through to see the actual details when it comes to that, but I believe it is fairly simple for extended tasks.
Yeah, they're literally just tasks that you make multiple rolls for over time, and every time you succeed, the drama die affects your threshold.
Okay, so what am I rolling?
Roll your hacking ability.
So would that be intelligence, tech, or security, or cryptography? Be
intelligence. You're trying to hack into it, so tech. Yeah, I'd go for tech for right now.
Okay.
And then the next roll would be a cryptography roll to try to break into his communicator and kind of you're getting in. The next part is to shut it down, kind of thing. Go ahead and roll.
I just tried to. Did it not go through?
Give it a few seconds. It's weird.
Yeah, you know how Roll20's been since the pandemic started.
Yeah.
Seems
the current
people
situation.
Their imaginations.
And make sure you clicked all the little things you got to click on the actual.
Yeah. Additional modifier 0. Secret target number. Submit.
While they're having all this fun, Paul, I'm going to
roll real die.
Airlock.
Real die.
Cargo bay back to the inside.
Wow, pedestrian. Oh, there we go.
Hey,
Pick one.
3 times.
I rolled 3 times. We'll take the first one, and that was one of the best ones. Anyways, you also had stunt points for that one. So do you want to use the stunt points for that one?
Sure. Stunt points from a hack-in. How about let me see.
Stunts would probably be the best ones for those.
That's right. So I have 3 stunt points, correct?
Yes, you have 3 stunt points for that one.
Okay. Well, in that case, I will be using cover your tracks. Whether you're hacking into a network, evading the cops, or infiltrating a military base, you impose a -2 on all future rolls to follow your trail related to this test. So if I fail, he might not know what happened.
Maybe.
You want me?
Trying to go through the find the extended tasks, what they had to detail it, just so I can generally know, but I'm not finding it for whatever reason. But it's okay. For right now, I'll just say they all have extended tasks in terms of they're just multiple tasks. So what you've done is you've gotten into the system right now. So you'll still require a couple more tests to get into that and kind of fully shut that down. So you're into his comm unit, and you cycling the airlock is what you're saying there, Mark?
Yeah, just back to the inside, because remember they spaced somebody.
So yeah, so you cycle it back to the inside. They hear this loud as it loudly cycles behind him. He kind of looks back at you. What else do you guys want to do?
I'll keep talking to him for the time being.
Okay, tell me how you talk to him.
I just tell him, I say, look, Levon, we all have a common enemy here. Whoever the hell killed your ships and almost took out ours. There's no reason for us to be a part in this. And just because you're Martian military doesn't mean that you don't have, like, you're the only one here that has clout with Martian military. So let's just go ahead and assess the situation. Let's be adults here. Let's be reasonable. Because I initially liked you. I thought you were a pretty damn good soldier until, you decided that maybe you wanted to betray us. And that's fine. I get it. You're just trying to do your job. But the problem is that if you have us prosecuted and all this other stuff, if you have us prosecuted, I mean, that makes our what's the word? When like somebody's out of character, when somebody's like you're the word where I'm sorry.
Difficult?
It's okay.
No, the word that means like you're not as reliable a source, because in like
Credibility.
Thank you. Yes, it lessens our credibility if we come in like this as like we're your prisoners or something, because I mean, come on. When we have the footage of what happened, you guys, your whole ship died. We made sure to pick up your survivors. Like we weren't about fighting you. And besides, the fact that we complied with your original orders to power down and let you board us is what literally saved our lives. So I think you kind of owe us a little bit of, what do you call it? A little slack here, because we're not pirates, we're not bad people. We just got mixed up with whoever the fuck Benji is, and we are all trying to figure out what his thing is. So, and I'm gonna roll like a persuasion, because I'm literally trying to persuade him to understand, like, we're not your enemy here, and we want to work with you on this.
Page 19 for advanced tests also.
Yeah.
Called.
Thank you.
And,
okay. Advanced test. Okay, yeah. Determine target number.
And I did roll that. I got a 13 versus mystery with 4 stunt points.
Okay. So you got 13 with 4 stunt points. Okay.
Stunt points if I succeed. So.
He is, but you also got four Dromedai as well. So he is nonplussed. He doesn't seem to be very interested. He basically goes, "Listen, I understand we were in a deadly situation. You did the right thing. So that'll go a long way at your trial. But you're still pirates. You still have a UN diplomat's son. You have UN diplomat on board. We're at war with the UN. You gotta look at it from my perspective. I need, my ship was destroyed. I need something to show to my higher ups that it wasn't totally, my fault. We just lost one of our most important assets right before a war.
We didn't lose the asset. You are the ones who got destroyed. We did not have anything to do with you getting destroyed.
Yeah.
Can I finish my hack?
Yes, finish your hack, and then go ahead. Cast.
I was literally giving you time to hack.
I also like step up to the screen and I'm like, also, asshole. We saved the kid from pirates. That doesn't make us pirates. That being said, we're not going to give you the kid. I don't see any problem with us giving you the footage and any scans we were able to get from the stealth ships that destroyed your ship, though.
Or, if you're just looking for, some justification for the higher ups, what about that UN destroyer that you just taught us how to destroy?
Okay, so give me both Cass and drones give me a persuasion check, which is just communications.
Communication.
Oh god, this is going to be
Can I
bad.
put in an assist persuasion roll?
No. This is just because
Okay.
this is an advanced task because you're trying to convince
Okay,
him.
got you.
You're talking him off the ledge.
I see.
And also letting Jata hack into the thing. So
Ooh, very
I rolled a
nice.
17.
Holy shit, I have like nothing in that skill.
yeah.
That's okay. You can use social stunts.
I got stunt points too.
Okay, so
You
before we
have
get to your rolls, because you both did really well, let's go with Jata. You have hacked into the actual device
Hand terminal.
hand terminal into it. Well, into his communications. You like found his communications device. You've hacked into it. You're now into the actual like processes. So the next roll you will do, you'll be able to disable it if you're successful.
Okay, I would like to use. I have 5 stun points at this point. With that roll, I would like to use high tech hustle. With an injection of techno babble or a quick. What's that?
Stump points were marks.
Those are marks. Yeah.
Oh, never mind.
Yours was none. So it's all right. Mark, what do you want to do for your social status?
I wish to meddle. Your action brings others together or drives a wedge between them. Choose 2 other characters present and shift their attitudes towards each other up or down by 1 in both in the same direction. So, Sloan and LeBon. In particular,
I knew
LeBon
you were going to
towards
choose
Sloan.
the 2 of us.
So you're trying to make him feel okay. So you're basically trying to be the bridge keeper. You're trying to make the bridge builder. You're just being like, hey,
I'm offering him a suggestion, even though he had nothing to do with the UN ship that was.
Yeah.
That since he is looking to impress his higher ups, if we made it appear as though he gave the commands to destroy that UN destroyer, that might look good and kind of be recompense for the actions of losing the ship that he was on.
Okay, so you were able to. He seems to be more open. Both of your guys' roles seem to be more open, and at the very end, you see a big hand come down and like poof on his shoulder. Like it's not heavy, it's not like intentionally hard, but it's just
a clap on the
yeah.
shoulder,
It's because Cortez is massive, so nothing he does is soft. He's just gonna poof.
Hulk want to talk you into some sense.
Yeah. And Cortez goes, Lieutenant, we can't do this. You need to. This is the dishonorable thing. At the very least, and they have saved our lives multiple times. Let's just let him go. And go ahead and give me another roll there, Jata. We're hacking into it.
Okay.
Don't fail.
I can't.
I know.
You literally can't.
Cannot.
Yep.
Let me also bring up the churn sheet because
You don't need to do that. We were fine without that.
It's fine.
Life was good, Paul. God damn
The
it.
churn will have gone up twice at this point. Just
Yeah,
so
yeah.
we're clear.
Not up.
Now the thing about the churn is that it actually, I'm just double checking it, but I'm fairly certain that it resets every major, like every episode essentially would reset. So
Yeah. So we're starting
Thank
from
God.
we're starting from scratch at the beginning of every churn.
Thank God. 'cause if it
Every
built up
adventure
over
essentially.
time, we'd
Yeah.
be screwed.
Yeah, I think it's really kind of every mini arc. So if we have something that, like, if we have an episode that feels like a 2-parter, I
Yeah.
think the churn carries over. But
Yeah, that's what I've been doing in the past. But like this one is like we're kind of ending this arc anyways. So and you'd already kind of dealt with that sort of situation. For those of you guys who don't know what the churn is, let me go over a little bit, which is kind of fun. So the churn is a unique thing for the Expanse, where it's based off of some of the stuff that's been talked about in the books, and it's if you've heard. Why do I always blank on his name? The mechanic in the Rocinante.
Amos?
Amos. It's based off of Amos's life perspective, which is that the churn, you're just caught up in the churn. You'll hear him say it a lot. You're just like, oh, don't take it personally. You're just caught up in the churn. The idea that things happen and the world will just kind of bend you over on a regular basis because of actions that happen, the ripple effects of your actions. And so as a result, every time you get a 6,
your audio was cutting out there a little bit, Paul. But yeah, I believe it's every time you get a 6 on the drama die or spend 5 or more stunt points on a roll.
Yes, is how that works. 6 on drama die or 5 or more stunt points. Where are you?
Might also be every time you spend fortune to change a roll. I'm not actually sure on that one.
That too, but.
And then there are...
Okay, yeah. So the churn, it's reset at 0 every time the following events happens. A character on the ability die rolls a 6 on the drama die. A character spends 4 or more stunt points to perform a stunt.
4 or more. Okay.
Fortune points are spent after a die roll to alter a die roll. The characters successfully overcome an encounter or a hazard, and at the end of the scene in the adventure. And so when the churn pool reaches 10, and 20, I roll a 1d6 and consult the turnover pool. So we're at 2 right now. So when it reaches 30, an epic occurs and requires the pool to resets at 0. So,
and
yeah,
and if anything bad happens, then as the GM, you can go.
That has nothing to do with me. We're just caught up in a churn, is all.
Exactly. Yeah. So essentially, I roll 1d6, and if I reach 1 or 3 at 10, then a minor effect happens. If I roll the 4 or 6, nothing happens. If I roll a 1 through 3 for major effect for at turn pool 20, a major effect happens. 4 or 6, a minor effect happens. And so, like, a minor effect might be, something goes wrong that wasn't supposed to happen. So, like, someone who you're supposed to just negotiate with decides to get violent, or a place you're going to is now suddenly experiencing other issues, or like something that should have something that does go wrong will go wrong, kind of thing. So it adds a little bit of flavor.
Oh,
to
that
it.
Destroyer had a nuke.
Yeah, that was the turnover rule for me. Is if you guys had not. If it had turned over into the major effects, then you would have gotten they would have started throwing nukes at you rather than just regular ones. And a nuke is, if they hit, it's game over. You don't even get a chance to roll over. You just get destroyed. They're one-hit kills. And then epic challenges are like, they say like a hazard. A new murderous hazard enters the plot, or an existing hazard is upgraded to that level. Or social, an NPC that's favorable attitude becomes hostile or one with unfavorable attitude becomes very hostile. And then they learn a secret that could have had a disastrous effect for the characters, that kind of thing. So like them finding out that Jata is actually a member of the OPA, that would have been an example of a social situation going absolutely wrong.
It
for
can happen whenever.
Hey, we're all working for the OPA right now, okay?
It can happen. This stuff can happen.
Sixes?
It can happen whenever. I have to roll a d6, and the pool has to go up. There is a way to reduce the pool if you spend stunt points. There is a stunt point.
Like what? 3 points?
It's 3 points.
It's a general stunt, and it's up to 3 points. Each point spent reduces the turn by that much.
As a way to kind of keep you from just using your stunt points for whatever you want. So, because right now you guys have 2 points on the pool. So, let me keep my little notebook out for this one.
It's called Calming the Waters. It's under infiltration stunts, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you.
Reduce the current churn pool by the stunt point spent.
And it's 1+. It doesn't say up to 3. It just
I thought that one maxed out at 3.
Yeah, I think
it kind of does, because there's the downside of if you go
do
over 3,
4,
you
increase 1. Yeah.
Yes.
4 is a weird spot for it because you can also then spend 5 or 6
Yeah, and
to
then
still
reduce it.
further reduce it.
But you only spend 5.
Yes.
That would be the effect essentially. Instead of getting 4, you get 5. So
Yeah.
okay,
Other way around. 5 you get 4.
5 you get 4. Yeah, thank you. Or if you get 6, you'd get 5. You know, it'd be that because you'd still increase 1 even though you reduced it. So that's just the general idea. I've pulled up my GM sheet as well. So with a sigh of relief, you guys have, because Jata, you have access to his code, but he seems to be backing off, and he kind of slunks and says, "All right, just get us into comm range. When the Martians hail, when the Navy hails, just send the message down to me. I'll give you guys the passcode to get in."
Point of order.
Yeah.
I don't care about him. I'm still hacking his thing.
Okay. You have access. You can turn off his anything you want in his thing now. You can also pull out information if you want to roll another roll.
I press the mute button on the console really quick and turn to Sloan now. Captain.
Yes.
Should we give him the pirates? Gets them off our ship, and it gives him something to take back to the Mad Dogs.
I believe that was the plan, because he's going to give the reward for those pirates to good old Highland over here. That was the deal him and Cortez
For the guy
had.
that was spaced, yeah, Cortez is going to facilitate
that's
that.
Highland's reward for making the right choice. So,
That's right.
And I'm also going to say, Mark, why don't we unseal the cargo bay for them so Laban can come up? And then I'm going to unmute now, and I'm going to say, Laban, why don't you just come up? Cortez and the rest, if y'all don't mind continuing to watch those prisoners. But Laban, why don't you just make it up to the bridge?
You unseal the deck to let him come in?
I do not unseal the bridge until he. So I think of it like airlocking, but not.
So you wait until the actual message comes in, and then
wait. So
he knocks.
Yeah. Right. So I unlock the cargo bay. He comes out. The cargo bay relocks. Then, as he approaches the bridge, I unlock the bridge. He comes.
Yeah.
Bridge relocks.
So just like
that way,
unlock, move in, lock, move, that kind of.
That way,
yeah,
if he
you
does
get the
try
idea.
to cause a mutiny, we outnumber him on the bridge. So.
Yes, precisely.
So after a few minutes, he comes up to the bridge. He knocks on it. You know, let you guys let him in. He climbs up. He straps into one of the empty crash couches, and maybe after about 2 or 3 hours, you get a wave from the Martian military. It says, "Unidentified ship. This is the MCRN Mako. Please respond. You are entering a restricted zone." And immediately Laban just taps the button, looks at you, Sloan, and goes.
I just nod to him.
So he pushes the button and says, "This is Lieutenant Charles Laban of the MCRN Ares." Ares. What was it wasn't Ares. It was Achilles. MCRN Achilles. No, it was Ares. MCRN Ares. We were lost. We encountered a hostile situation in deep space, and we were rescued by this passing ship, the Actium. We have several Martian Marines on board and several Belter and Martian pirates, which we would like to disgorge. Please give them access to land at Ganymede Station. We will meet with the commanders on the ground and do an exchange there. And then after a few minutes, it's like you can hear the pause. There's no audio up, but you just hear the pause. Like it drags on from a minute to 2 minutes to 5 minutes to 10 minutes. Suddenly you see targeting lasers like from every single ship that's in the region painting you. It drags on to about 20 minutes. You guys do anything?
I will look at him like, didn't you say something about access codes or I don't should probably send those.
He goes, Okay. It's not an encrypted channel, but sure. He then kind of pings it again and sends the access codes and says, Mako, can you please respond? And you click back. Hold on, Actium. We're still processing this out. Thank you for the codes. After about 30 minutes, all of the targeting lasers turn off. And the Mako comes back and says, meet with Commander Sheffield on the ground. He's in charge of the Martian Marines forces down there. In the meantime, can you give me a manifest of all of the Martians who survived the assault? And we'll give you a clear passage down to dock at Ganymede Station. Head to dock 3A.
I tap out on my hand terminal to Jata, make sure that manifest that he provides doesn't include Billy.
Can do. I've got a shopping list here myself anyway. So I would like to hack his terminal. Obviously, he doesn't know I'm doing it, but I got good reception because he's right next to me. And so what do you want
have
to
access
do?
to anything you want to do. You can you can get his access codes. You can get his
I want his
diary.
Martian. I want his MCRN access codes for today and maybe next Tuesday as well. I don't know how long these things last for. And also to delete Billy off the manifest. Okay.
So you're able to do that pretty easily because you already had full access to his pad and everything like that. So he sends it out there. They come back. They give you again the clearance for landing, and you guys have a straight shot for dock 3A, which I'm assuming you guys make a beeline for.
Yeah, just normal speed, nothing rush.
So you take it easy.
Casual.
As you're casual. So as you're flying casual, as you're getting closer to the surface, Ganymede's getting bigger and bigger and bigger through the windows. You see Levon kind of unstrap, asks for permission to leave the bridge. He says, I'm going to get our prisoners all bundled up and the rest of my men looking appropriate when we leave.
I go with
Sure.
Did you make sure to?
I was just about to say, Cass, escort him.
What's that?
Yeah,
did you make sure? I asked LeBon. Did you make sure to report the pirate that was killed before?
Yeah, I have a hand terminal for, and he looks over at Highland, and he kind of pauses for a moment, and pulls it up, and then pinches something off of his hand terminal and throws it towards you, Highland. And on your hand terminal, it beeps, and you now have more money. The actual in game, it means you just add an additional income to your.
I have all the money. Got it. I'll write it down.
And in the meantime, I'm also going to look at the others and say we should get in contact with Wendell and let him know what dock we're at, so he can just get on ship as soon as possible.
Oh, one more thing.
Yeah.
Once we are out of a certain range from Le Bon, I want to make it so that if his hand terminal is a certain range from my hand terminal, then his hand terminal forwards a whole bunch of Eros nudes to his chain of command.
Got you. So if he gets closer to you, it'll completely.
So if he leaves, if he moves away, it'll upload to his bosses.
Well, he's gonna move away when he gets landed, and they're gonna leave. So you're just gonna immediately send the nudes to his bosses.
No, but nobody's gonna ask why Jata has all that information to put on his terminal in the first place. We're just gonna let that go.
All right, for that one, give me a hacking check or a tech check. Give me a intelligence check.
Okay.
This one's gonna be a little harder. So
that's okay.
Yeah, sending nudes is risky business.
I got a 19 again.
All right, you did it. I was gonna. The difficulty was 19. It was imposing. It's an imposing challenge, and you did it anyways. So, all right. So, he leaves the bridge, You guys are coming down. You guys are able to see the destruction. All of your exterior cameras are showing absolute devastation. There are still people outside the domes in suits collecting bodies of people who have died from this attack. One of the domes is completely shattered. It's completely destroyed. And you see some other ships coming in, older freighters that seem to be loaded with cargo. You assume are just that have the relief supplies and such. But as you dock, your exterior cameras from the airlock kind of kick in, and you see not chaos as much as desolation. The cameras that you link into for the feed for just outside the dock show what you saw before, which was a busy, industrious port. Is you see people walking in groups with weapons bared, fully out. You see individuals scurrying between, like, trying to hide as they're running around. You see people picking on individuals, like one group comes by. You see a couple of people trying to run by them, and one of them gets caught by them, and they start beating them senseless, and then dragging them off into a different side of the corridor. It looks like something like order is falling apart on the station, whereas before it was very, at least semi-orderly. No one openly carried weapons. Now it seems like things are getting worse on the station.
Point of order.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
As far as in the show, is this before or after the cascade?
Just before the cascade, when it had just started.
Okay.
Well, I guess technically the way this is that it's towards the end of the cascade.
Okay.
You're starting to see the results of the cascade.
But Jita would
Captain,
know
wanna
this. I
reach
just
out?
wanted to know what's going on.
Yeah. It's unusual. None of you guys have seen a station, especially Highland, you and Jata, who's been in space for a while and seen plenty of these kind of stations. It does not look good. It looks like a pirate station. It looks like Highland, which you've seen in kind of like those, non-spun up asteroids that pirates hide out in. It looks where people are just, it's whoever has the biggest gun rules. It looks like that.
Captain, I'm not sure if we're in the right place. This does not seem like the Ganymede I know. Is that where we are?
A lot has happened to
Ganymede.
it.
Okay, right.
Well, let's make sure Wendell's contacted. So
Are you challenging my stellar cartography skills here?
I don't know you. You could be the worst cartographer I know.
This
Sorry about
is
that.
Ganymede, sir.
All right.
You get a little message from the Bond, who's at the airlock. He's like, "We're ready to go, there, Captain."
Yeah, and I let him know. I'm like, keep us in the loop if there's anything we can do to assist any kind of evacuation or repairs of the station while we're here to assist the Martian military and Navy. But Mark, go ahead and discharge the airlock for him, please.
You unlock the cargo bay for the airlock. They start walking out. They nod. We'll let you know if anything happens, but stay safe. I wouldn't linger here too long. From what the reports I gathered, this place is not what you have seen before. Nothing I've seen before.
Thanks for the advice. We will keep it in mind.
Mm.
Godspeed to you, Laban.
Thank you.
Godspeed, Laban.
Bye, Cortez. Love you, boo. Mwah.
Cortez gives you a salute and everything and a wink and says, "Let's go." And so he kind of starts ushering the prisoners out as the cadre of Martian Navy leaves and the prisoners leave as well. You see a handful of Martian Marines outside who are in full power armor, receiving everybody. Kind of they take over the control of the prisoners. The rest of the Martians kind of look around a little odd. They're like, this kind of looks weird. Or then they leave and they walk outside of the camera's range in terms of what you can see from the dock. So You are now at Ganymede. What's
Point
your
of order.
Reach out to Wendell. Oh, go ahead.
For the Actium, what is our life support? Like, how many lives can we support on the ship?
Yeah, I think it. Well, you can support a lot more than you currently
But
currently
the crew
have.
size is like 12 or 20.
That's right, but like, at what point do we start to overstress the life support? And
You've been
Basically, the
overstressing
more
life
people the more people we add, the less time our resources will last. That's sort of how it scales. It's not like once we have X people, the life support can't keep up. It's just that once we start using,
I think
more
we should probably start considering rearming, refueling, and
I mean, you can try, but the station's kind of
it's not great.
I didn't mean here. I meant soonish. Preferably before our next engagement would be great, guys.
Yeah.
What I'm trying to get at is, if we get a whole bunch of refugees, will we be able to keep breathing before we get to the station?
Give me a let's see what's a good check. Give me a intelligence check. No, I'm sorry.
No.
Give me a perception check. Do you have perception survival?
Actually, yeah, I've got observation, perception, survival.
Yeah, do it. Perception survival.
Actually, no, I don't. It's weird. I've got the observation talent, but I don't know how that requirement perception 2 or higher. Perception is 2.
Yeah, so the perception survival is one of the skills and the ability focuses.
If you don't have survival,
basically it gives me advantage with perception. Gotcha.
Yes, it just gives you a bonus, and it lets you take certain skills and stuff. Let's learn about these. Oof. You have 5 stunt points to use if you want to use them. That is definitely a success, though.
Okay, I would like to spend all those on the churn at this point.
I mean, the turn's only
very nicely
only 2
done.
or 3, so
yeah,
we can't go negative on the churn.
You can't go negative. Well, I'd like to take the churn to as low as possible.
Okay. How many do you want to spend? Tell me how many points you got.
I got 5 stump points. I guess I'll spend 2 on the churn, and then I will then use my other 2 stump points to get intuition. The GM reveals a fact about the object of your test. That you could not have noticed or deduced simply by interacting with it. When you uncover a clue, you gain 2 new leads. So basically, I'm looking at the Actium, and I wanna know, because like obviously we're coming down here. It's the aftermath of some big breakout or whatever. People might be wanting to get off planet, and so I want to know exactly like how many lives can we sustain without going over like the critical limit. That would basically mean that there'd be no point taking off.
You can get 10 additional people. You can support 10 additional people. You can get off with that 10 additional people based off of what you have right now. You're just kind of doing like math in your head real quick. You think you guys could get to Luna with 10 additional people. And that'd probably be the furthest. You couldn't go to Venus. You wouldn't be able to go to you'd be able to get to most of the system, but you wouldn't be able to go to the inner system or like out to Pluto or like Uranus. You wouldn't be able to go out that way. But
okay.
Yeah, that's the other question we need to solve is where's our next stop?
Especially since you guys have a UN diplomat son.
If we reach out to Wendell, like I've said a couple of times.
Yeah. All right. So you reach out to Wendell. You send him a wave, essentially, because I know you've been saying you want to do that, right, Mark? Okay. Yes. So you send him a wave, and he almost immediately responds. He says, 1 second in a firefight.
Okay, I start gathering up my pistols.
I reply relative to 3A question mark.
He responds back, which was just a text being like, "No, you're fine if you're in 3A. Just sec." And then he doesn't respond back.
I go to Sloan and I go, "Hey, boss man, you got that look in your eye again. I want you to know that this ship can only handle maybe 10 more people if we want to take some people. Just so you know, 10 is the limit."
All right, well that's up to Wendell. If Wendell has people, then we'll take him, and if not, we'll probably just take him.
I mean, 10 conscious people.
We don't want to just take any randos. We don't know.
I'm gonna stop you right there, Mark. You're getting a little. As somebody who's been under your care, I'm gonna say you're getting a little syringe happy. I've known drug addicts. I've never known anybody to be addicted to drugging people, though.
I'm just saying, if necessary, unconscious people.
Right.
Or use a little less.
You're here as you're in this conversation. You all hear the reverberations through the ship of just a tung tung tung, like a big metal object hitting the ship, like repeatedly. And your eyes dart to the camera feeds, and there you see a guy, overalls covered in like muck. It looks like he hasn't like showered in days, with a big metal spanner, like a giant, wrench. And he's just pounding it on it, and he looks desperate. He's pounding on the airlock, and behind him you see 20 people, all in a similar situation.
I immediately cycle the airlock out so that he into the airlock, and once he's in, I feel it, but I do not open the interior side.
So you cycle it so he can get inside?
That's what I'm saying.
Just into the airlock.
No. So I open the exterior. He comes in. Exterior closes and locks. Interior remains locked, but I start pumping air in, pressurizing.
Okay, so you pressurize it as he walks in. He feels like a little.
Anyone else get in? I know there's a bunch. There's 20 others behind
you
him.
Might want to get down there.
Okay, yeah. Give me when you open it. He walks in, and like 3 other people walk in before you can close it. It doesn't look like Wendell. It just looks like a belter.
Obviously, yeah. Once they're in, I open comms with them and I say, "Hello, how can we help you?"
Milord, we need help. We need off the station.
Give me identification.
My name is insert name here. It's let me just go with something. My name is Jebediah. My friends, I can't tell you all my names for my friends. They've been following me around. I used to be a tech on the station. Just we need help. We ran out of the food days ago. The Martians they aren't letting us out. Every ship that's leaving is a death trap. Please.
Oh, Filota.
Hey, and I mute the comm for a second. I ask Jata, I'm like, Jata, can you make sure to run some kind of background check on these people so that we're not end up taking some kind of somebody that's being hunted down?
Do I look like a PI to you?
Well, you're a damn good.
Sure, I'll do it.
Don't you have a PI on ship?
Well, he's a little busy with getting ready for gun stuff, so.
But I am concerned, Bossman. MCRN aren't letting them off. What says they let us off?
That's what I was picking up as well.
If we have problems with the MCN, I may have people I can call about that.
Just to be clear, Paul, I'm going to have emergency docking release handy on my terminal.
Also, he did keep
In case
a
we need to
bargaining chip.
bolt.
I want Billy to be safe, but I also want to live.
Oh yeah.
So you want me to roll a tech check for this background thing?
Yes. No. If you're the only one doing it, give me a security intelligence, because you're doing a background check for these.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Intelligence security.
In the meantime, I'll unmute and I'll just tell them, I'm like, stand by.
Okay. Based off of like you pull up a program, you start doing a background, kind of like looking at facial identification. You're trying to like, you see the little like boxes like, and you see like faces fly by in the program, like comparing, like in similar faces. You see it kind of processing what it's doing. From what you can gather, it's hard to tell. Some of them could be OPA operatives. One of them is identified. Like it's got about a 40% match for someone that that Ceres station has wants to collect information on. But like there's majority are just normal people, and the matches you see are not 100% matches. They're not even 50% matches for who they are. It's hard to tell because a lot of them you can see are gaunt. They have not eaten in days. Some of them have this vacant look. They're just dirty. They've literally been through the apocalypse for them. So, like, it's hard.
They're just smelters.
Yeah.
Yeah. Once I'm strapped and armored, I head back up to the bridge. By the way,
Does our airlock have decontamination of any kind?
No.
Okay.
I might have rolled a bit low.
A bit low. You did another one?
Oh, my bad. It rolled twice.
Oh, okay.
The second one doesn't count. That was a crazy roll, though.
Yeah, it would have been a crazy roll. So,
Yeah.
Captain,
Yes.
be able to use this to our advantage. We've got room for people on the ship. I'm fairly certain that these people know a thing or two about earning their way. If we can get their help retrieving Wendell and anybody else he needs, we can take a few of them. And I mean, frankly, we're a little overstocked on food right now.
Yes, we are.
We could, we might not be able to take everybody, but we could buy them some more time to maybe get onto another relief ship.
That's fair. Let's let the 3 in that we have, but they immediately need to take showers and eat something.
So, Paul, as I'm watching in the bridge here, radar, does it look like relief ships are actually coming and going, or no?
yeah, they are. There's relief ships coming and going as this is happening. However, you're all having this conversation, you hear from the external, or you see from you don't hear from the external, you see. I keep saying that. You see from the external cameras. Another group roll up, and they have pistols and like heavy weapons, like sledgehammers and wrenches and stuff like that. And you see them. They roll right up to this big group, and this group starts to panic and push towards the cargo day, the airlock.
Please don't make me say it. Please don't make me say it.
And you see these guys with the one in the front, kind of like is holding his hands up, and you see he's talking. He's kind of got he's very high, he's holding himself much higher. He does not look like he's emaciated. It looks like he's been eating fine. He does not look like a Martian security though. He looks like a Belter. He has Belter clothes on, that kind of stuff. But he actually has armor. He has like a chest piece armor on. They all have armor on. They all say Pinkwater security on them.
Mm-hmm.
From what we can see, and he takes one of them out. And he like throws them to the ground, and one of the other guys with like a wrench, he starts beating this person like savagely in front of the rest of the group.
So the Pinkwater guy is beating the other guys.
Yeah, the other refugees.
Okay.
Is Wendell Pinkwater or just station security?
Wendell's Pinkwater.
That is station security, is Pinkwater.
Okay.
Paul, you're trying to get me to say it, aren't you?
What?
You don't remember my famous quote from being docked? PDCs.
Oh, PDCs activate.
Well, they're on the other side of the airlock, so we don't have any access.
Matter of fact, it might have been a dock near here.
It was Ganymede.
It was Ganymede.
Yeah.
The Ganymede's used to me firing up PDCs while docked.
But yeah, you
I'm
start
not
seeing
doing
this
that,
in
by the
front of
way.
you. You all see this, where this belter is just getting absolutely just destroyed, like beaten into a pulp. There's no way he survived this beating.
Can we
Everyone is just
calm that guy
panicking.
and tell him to stop?
Well, you don't have audio yet.
I'm
open
already
your
heading
comms,
down
but-
the stairs, by the way.
Mhm.
The armor he's wearing, does it look like it's a uniform, or does it look like it's been taken from someone? Does it look disheveled?
His
like he's
clothing
wearing-
looks disheveled. He does not look like he's been wearing a uniform. He looks like he has the armor.
Has the armor? Okay, thank you.
Hmm.
I'm going to calm the nearest MCRN ship
Okay.
and advise them that there are hostile activities occurring at our airlock and that I have intent on spinning up our PDC just on that side with no hostile intent.
You'd have
I
to
will
shoot
wait
through the
for their
station.
Yeah,
You'd
we'd have
shoot
to
through
expose the station to vacuum to do that. Only our airlock is attached to Ganymede right now. We're not inside
Yeah.
the station.
I
This
thought
is,
you were saying this was happening outside by our cargo bay. Like,
Well, it's
suits and
happening.
stuff.
So the cargo bay is docked. So you've essentially the way you've docked it is that your cargo bay is docked to the
I
exterior of
gotcha.
the station.
Latched on.
But
yeah.
you're not gonna
okay, so
hang
this
it.
isn't happening on the same level as our normal airlock. This is happening.
No. Yeah.
Okay. Now I understand. Never mind.
Yeah.
So because we're talking about contacting the MCRN, point of order, the gaff with LeBon, the distance was like as far as possible, like 1 megameter if possible, like a million
Okay.
kilometers. Yeah.
So he would
Also, I'm
literally
not
have to be off
contacting
the
him here,
station to
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's to ruin his life afterwards, not like
Jata's a vengeful god.
So a very tired and grumpy Cass comes up to the bridge from the cargo bay now because I went down. Captain,
Yes.
permission to level the playing field.
As in?
Well, we've got some people who seem like they really want to help in our airlock, and we've got guns.
Wait, is this our airlock with like actual guns in it?
No,
No.
that's the personnel airlock. This is the
I would have stopped at the guns then. I would have stopped ready to grab.
Yeah.
Like an assault rifle and a couple
I mean,
shotguns or whatever,
you're-
like extra
you-
guns that we have.
you have still stuff that's left over from your salvage operation with the Martian cruiser the Martian cruiser that you guys saved. You still have handfuls of assault rifles and shotguns.
Yeah, there's 4 people in our airlock.
3.
3. No, 4. There's 4 total.
Yeah, 'cause
there's
it's
the
guy
and
plus
then you have
3.
3.
So I grabbed two assault rifles and 2 shotguns as I'm heading down.
Well, we don't want to cause trouble with the Martians. We don't want them to get mad at us. And
Are we sure they want to fight? Those people look like they want to get off planet, not fight.
He's
want
trying to
their-
recruit them.
They want their people to get off planet, and I'm not going to let some bullies with armor on the other side of our airlock dictate who gets on our ship.
I'm impartial.
This is just ugly business. Go ahead and let who we have in the airlock in. Make sure you take them down
I
with
am-
something to eat real fast, like a snack.
Before I do that, I am checking to make sure the bridge is sealed properly.
It's sealed. I mean, you've been hyper aware of this kind of stuff.
Seal the cargo bay too.
Yeah. Sealing off all doors and letting them in.
I dip into the cargo crate that Jata was hanging out in, and
There you go. Yeah.
It smells lived in.
Why is everybody on this ship so hungry all the time? Jesus.
once I have a couple of just like basic ration packs, I hit the manual release on the airlock,
Okay.
so it opens up.
It opens up and a wave of smell hits you. It almost makes you gag. How like they have not bathed, and it smells like ammonia mixed with like heavy like dirt. It smells like someone has not bathed for days, if not weeks.
Oh, they smell lived in too.
Yeah.
Welcome, welcome to the Actium. I toss them each a ration pack.
They timidly walk in, but when you throw the ration pack to the first guy, to Jebediah, he takes it and he passes it back to somebody. He comes and he eagerly walks in to go grab more food, and the rest of them, walk in behind him. And he goes, "Did you see that them back there? There's those felotas are killing my people. You got to do something."
Captain, you never answered my question for permission.
Any status on the Martian response?
The Martian gives you a basic. We'll get to it when we can. It's a delicate situation, anyways. And as this is going on, another person's been dragged out and has just been beaten, senseless again, causing like a handful of the people, the ones that were like, there were like 20 other people outside. Now there's like 15 because 3 people just start bolting and running, and another, one of the other guys in the armor runs after them, and you're seeing them like after they beat these people to death, they're running through their pockets and pulling out like everything they can, and they're just stealing stuff from these bodies.
Jebediah,
Looting, yeah.
Here's the deal. We're not going to be able to take all of your people. That's the end of that story. But we might be able to help.
Right now that my people are dying, it doesn't even matter if you can take us or not. They're dying out there.
I like hold a shotgun out to him.
He takes it, walks back into the he doesn't know, he grabs it, but he grabs it like so that the barrel is facing his feet, and he's walking in. He's obviously never held the gun before.
Jeb,
I just want to be clear, point of order here.
Yeah.
At no point, regardless of the pressure situation, will both our airlock interior and exterior be allowed to be opened.
Gotcha.
That's coming from the bridge.
Jeb, the end with the holes goes towards the bad guys.
I've heard a gun before. Holds it properly. He walks into the airlock and then like looks back and says, "Cycle it. I'll take care of this."
Wait, what about his other people?
We're doing this
His
smart,
other people are not, they're too timid. They're eating their food, and they like shuffle off to like the corner, and they're just kind of like eating food and being quiet.
I specifically pull out a Kilo's pistol.
Okay.
Just so we're clear here. And I step into the airlock with Jebediah.
Huh.
And I motion to pull him back.
On the airlock terminal there, you will see the feed of what's outside the airlock.
Yeah. You can see the bodies pressing against the glass.
So you know where they are as you're coming out.
Yeah.
Hey, Mark, can your PDCs reach the guys beating the guys or no?
Have to shoot through the wall.
Not without depressurizing the station. Now, if you're okay with depressurizing the station, I mean, yes, they can hit it.
Listen, I don't care. But
point of order, how many of the people in armor, the people who are beating each other, the people with weapons, how many of them do we see on the
You see 5
terminals? 5 of them. Okay.
2 have pistols, 1 has an assault rifle, and the rest of them all have just heavy weapons like a sledgehammer, a large,
like melee stuff.
Just melee stuff, improvised melee weapons.
Cool.
Yeah. I like motion for Jeb to step back a little bit so I'm in front. And Jebediah, once we're out there, who among your people is would be willing and able to fight right now?
I think I have someone in there who seem to be pretty good at fighting. But
Here, and I hand him the other. I hand him the other shotgun.
Uh-huh.
If you see somebody who you think can make use of that, give it to them.
Sasa.
Mark, close the internal airlock.
Healing.
You can
And
hear the
as
dull
w-
thud of as you step in the airlock, you hear the woo, like the panic screaming and like sounds of panic coming from the other side that are
Cass.
reverberating through the hall.
As that ceiling, I'm texting Wendell. Just a quick text wave. Can't stay long.
No response.
He's probably dead. And then I tell Cass as he's about to get ready, I'm like, Cass, do not get yourself killed, and let us know if you need us. Like, if I need to come down and help, I will. But I'm not nearly as good at this as you are. So,
Are we just going to let an injured man walk to a fight?
well, if anybody else wants to go down in the fight, let's go do it.
If you want to put your life on the line, Highland, you're more than welcome to, but I can't stand for this.
Neither can I.
All right.
You see, he starts to strap up.
Yeah, she puts her armor on as she goes to join them.
I'm with you guys, but I think I need to be up here.
Always stay here, Mark. That's your job.
All right.
I've got to go wash my hair.
Of course, Jata.
You guys will be fine. I'll be watching with Mark, keeping the seats warm, Although, Wendell, is there any way to see if Wendell's hand terminal is actually on? There's no response, but
you can backtrace it. Yeah, you give me a tech check, and I'll see if you can backtrace it. It'll take a little bit longer to. I see what you're trying to get at. You're trying to figure out if you can trace where he is. But so the first
not necessarily trace where he is, but just to see if him trying to ping Wendell in the first place is a moot point because Wendell might be dead. This phone might be broken.
Yeah.
Wait, we don't get red receipts? Jeez, what the? Jeez, this is bullshit. I'm out.
I rolled an 11. I don't know what the TN was, so I have hacking as a talent, so I can re-roll if I fail.
Re-roll.
Okay.
Okay, that's good. So you are, and you have, there's no drama die. There's no additional stunt points. So you are, you're able to find him he definitely has it on. And when you ping it, you're actually able to pull the location off of it pretty easily. He is moving. It's on. He's moving. He's moving away from an exterior part of the station, one that seems odd based off of your experience. If you remember where you met Monica, is it Monica? Moneta. He's in that section, which was super remote, old section of the station. He's moving through that towards the dock, but it's probably going to take him 20 or 30 minutes to get out of that section back towards the dock.
Okay.
The Aquila fight was here on Ganymede, right?
Yes, it was.
Are there any airlocks closer that are unoccupied?
Yes, there is one that's further that based off your own information, you could detach and go try to attach that, but it's an older airlock. It doesn't have any of the standard airlocks. They'd have to go EVA to get in. They'd have to put the suit up and get through.
I didn't tell him that.
You don't have any of that information anyways. There, Mark is just the only one who knows this.
Now I told him. Right,
and then we rewind. We replay the last 15 seconds of the conversation. Okay.
All right. So as this is going on, Highland and Sloan suit up, get their armor on, and their weapons. And you guys, they meet you down. It's pretty quickly. You guys meet them down on the in the airlock. So you guys join them in the airlock. You guys hear the crushing, the sounds, and on the exterior monitors, you see they've stopped pulling people out. And one of the guys, the guy who seems to be in charge with the assault rifle, is like walking up and down the ranks and pulling people out and talking to them. You can actually hear his voice. He's being very loud in the background, and then he's letting go, and he seems to be really enjoying himself as he's doing this.
Are we docked on a spin drum or a spin arm at all?
No, Ganymede's up on a moon.
Ganymede.
Okay. Yeah. All right, silly me.
You have low G. It's I think it's 0.6 G or something like that. So
You just hear Mark mummer, I miss Sledge.
All right.
All right,
Mark.
So, yeah, Mark.
Open
Yes,
the
sir.
doors.
Okay, so back door closes, the other door opens. As it does, people press into the airlock. It really takes some effort for you guys to force your way through if you're trying to get out, because people are like panicking into the airlock.
Jita sighs audibly at Mark.
Yeah, I mean, Cass is going to try and force his way through.
I think
Pistol
presses up against the
held down
wall.
by his hip currently.
Yeah, and she's gonna use her extra loud voice, and she's gonna be like, "Back up!
Okay.
We are armed."
Okay,
Back up
Highland, what were you
now!
gonna do?
Meanwhile, Highland's pressed up against the side wall as the crowd just kind of goes by and collects, and he's just inching his way across the, I think the airlock wall.
Okay.
Probably the fastest and easiest way to.
So
get through.
give me a strength check for you, Cass, and give me a
Leadership for me.
leadership for you, and then for you, Highland, give me a dexterity check, unless you have acrobatics.
Dang.
Okay, so Highland, you're able to sneak through, and Cass, you're able to push yourself back.
Cass is in a bad mood,
Yeah,
as
Cass,
evidenced by that roll.
you're taking a Kilo's pistol and you're like holding it up in front of you, and as people are seeing the gun like pushed in their face, they part like the Red Sea, letting you through as you're pushing through people. Highland, you're able to like sneak out. You're kind of inching your way out. Cass pulls out of the crowd first.
Pardon me. Excuse me.
Yeah, and then you emerge from the crowd next to him next. And Sloan, no one is listening to you. They're just pushing by you. So
I assume Jeb is trying.
Jeb is easy. Like they part for Jeb. Like they notice, they recognize him. And you see Jeb emerge, and you see another Belter emerge, both with shotguns. Sloan, what are you doing? Because no one's moving for you.
And I'm like still in the airlock, right?
Mm-hmm.
We know when our people are clear of the airlock.
I'm gonna use my taser, and I'm just gonna like whack people with it, like my stun baton.
Okay.
Just to get them to
I'm here to help.
Well, I mean, if they're crowding me like that, like, I can't do anything for them. Like, and I ask them to back up.
Okay, give me a fighting light weapons.
Here to fight them for you.
Just give me a fighting check.
You up.
Okay, yeah. Wait, what? Why didn't it click it? Okay, there it goes. Submit. Secret. Submit.
All right. So you're able, you just hit one of them with the stun baton. They kind of like jerk a little bit and move away from you. And as you hit another person with the stun baton, they start parting for you as well as you walk out. And as you emerge, you see this guy with an assault rifle, like almost face to face with Cass. And this guy's silent. He looks at you, Cass. He looks you up and down, and he looks at the pistol you have, and he goes, "I know that pistol. I've held that pistol. Where did you get that pistol?" You gonna attack him?
Use a stun baton on his head.
No, but I like if she starts to make a move, I'm gonna try and stop her.
Okay, give me a both you guys give me a fighting check.
Okay.
Are they now clear of our airlock, Paul?
Yes, they are.
Then I make an announcement to the airlock.
Sloan, give me another one as well. Okay, so Sloan, you try to stop her, but she just goes after him anyways and tries to hit him. Let me give.
It's just a stun baton. It's not going to do anything crazy to him.
Well,
Fighting rules are a little weird. I think they're actually like opposed checks.
Well, I think I still beat you.
This was.
I mean, for him to not get hit. I think they're opposed checks. I don't. This is one part that I don't actually have a lot of experience with in the system.
Let's look. Not space combat, like person combat. Where?
So I'll pull up this guy. This will. All right. So, before we get too stuck up in it, I'm going to look through this. X. So yeah, it's 3d6 plus fighting, melee. So his defense is you hit him. Roll me some damage.
Damage.
Yeah.
Some damage.
Sloan is also done with his shit. Sloan is just gonna hit people.
Shit.
Jesus.
Oh my god.
So yeah.
I mean, I rolled max on that because it's a 2d6. So
yeah. Woo! All right.
I mean, it's a non-lethal.
Did you want to use stunt points? Because you have stunt points to hit him.
Yeah, I'm gonna use the stunt points like in a more social way to like get people's attention.
Okay.
Because I was wanting to do that. Let's find it. Probably an attitude stunt would fit for this.
It would definitely be an attitude stunt.
Where did I just had the attitude stunts? Why did I scroll away? I hate when I do that. Bastards, where are your attitude stunts? Okay, there they are. Okay.
At the very bottom.
I have 5 points, right? Or
yeah, you have 5 points. Yeah, so if you want to use metal.
yeah.
You can also use read the room for one of them if you wanted to.
I mean, cast out is also like kind of funny because it's just your action shames or embarrasses another character present.
I know, I was thinking that. Let me also look at the general social stuff, just in case that fits better. I might do from the heart with the general social stunts. Choose one willpower focus. If you don't have it already, gain it for the rest of the encounter. Maybe. Yeah, I think I might just go with metal.
Okay.
And I am going to pick, and the guy that's like with Cass right now, he's like the leader guy. Is he's like the one that's been kind of the real
he seems to be the one who's lead to be the leader. You also, by the way, as you guys are getting up there, you see the visible dried blood on the armor.
Yeah, I'm gonna use metal, and I'm basically gonna choose like that guy and Cass, and I'm gonna try to obviously make them like marked it earlier, like more synced up right now.
Okay.
But I'm gonna basically tell that guy, I'm gonna say, look, we're not here to fight with you guys, but you need to stop this nonsense. You need to absolutely stop hurting these people, and don't you dare hurt my Cass.
Okay, so
you will have trouble.
So you come in, you hit your stun baton, you smack him with the stun baton. He gets shocked, takes a lot of damage.
Falls. Falls down.
Well, so stun damage is weird because it's penetrating, but the only thing you can do is you don't die from it. I think instead of going, you can get injured from it.
Yeah, you get knocked out instead of
death. So you're basically taken out rather than that. So you, based off of what he had, you were able to, because you ignore his toughness with it, so it's penetrating. So you do a lot, and he is not very well, but he's able to take up most of it. So not soak up it, but you hit him with it, and he. Go ahead.
He's like,
basically, as soon as he is done shuddering from being shocked, I then step up right in his face.
Okay.
And I like with the pistol right here, and it's like, we killed the motherfucker who owned this pistol. You know the gun. You know that couldn't have been easy. Do you really want to fuck with us right now?
Intimidation check.
Nice.
I think it's a strength check.
Yeah, I have it. It's a focus for me.
Oh yeah, I forgot you have that. Even with your negative 2.
So yeah, I need to get that on there. It's 2. Yeah, I wish it selected that text box automatically, but because I have my character sheet popped out, it doesn't. All right.
Do you have any negatives for being so injured?
Yeah,
Yeah,
a -2. That's
negative 2.
All right,
for
yeah, every
his
check.
actions.
Yeah.
The blood makes him even more intimidating.
so. I'm gonna
Put a
let
stunt
you. Yeah, I'm actually gonna let you increase the churn though, because I am going to spend a. Is there a maximum amount of fortune you can spend on a given roll to change your dice?
No, as many as you have.
Okay,
but it's. I
I'm
think
gonna
it
spend-
increases per every time you do it. So it's like it takes 2 or something or 4, and then
yeah,
the next time it
it's double whatever. Or sorry, to change a regular die, you spend the number you're changing it to. To
Yeah.
change the drama die, you spend double that number.
Okay.
So I am going to spend a total of 8 fortune on this.
Jesus. Okay.
That's how much I care about this. I'm changing both the 2s into 4s.
Okay, so you still get 1 stunt points. You still get 1 stunt point, and result is now 18. I think is what it is. Yeah, no, it's 18. So
and I'm gonna use I'm straight up just gonna use making an offer.
Okay.
Because I'm giving him a chance to back down. So that shifts his attitude towards me up by 1 point.
Okay, so he's already been changed because of what Sloan did, and now you've eaten into his face, and you're just like, back the fuck up. And he immediately scrambles backwards, panicked look on his face. And Highland, you recognize him.
Do I?
He served on a crew that you were part of a couple years ago. He was a annoying little shit, is the best way of putting it. The kind of guy who was like, I'm going to be a captain of my own ship one day.
How about the rest of them?
None of them. The rest of them you don't know.
All right.
So, just wanted to let you know about that and get a look at him.
Yeah.
There's still 4 others?
There's 4 others, yeah. Him and 4 others.
Right.
When he scrambles back, I bring the pistol down and I just sort of generally sweep it towards the other 4.
Okay.
I'm like, your big bad boss doesn't want to fuck with me. Now's your chance to walk away.
3 of them leave. And 3 of them just immediately just run away in 3 different directions. One of them with a gun, 2 of them with just the melee weapons, leaving 3 of them, and they're just kind of picking up their boss, and they're like, "Oh, let's get out of here. This is not worth it. This is not easy." And they start, slinking away with the boss. You guys came in pretty hard on that one. They're able to walk away.
Like I said, Cass is in no mood.
Yeah, and as this is happening, you hear from one of the sides. A quick glance, you see a very familiar face. You see Sledge.
Hey, Hammer.
He kind of walks up with his sledges on his back and everything, and he goes, "You've learned a lot, Cass. You don't look like you've been drinking, and you scared the ever-living piss out of those guys. Even though you made my job harder." Yeah.
I've had kind of a week.
I can gather. I have too, if you can't guess. I've been looking for the big guy for the last week.
Well, we softened him up for you.
Yeah. Well, I also don't have a ride out. So I'm glad I have found you because you can give me a ride out, right?
course.
Excellent.
Sledge, one of these guys?
No, Sledge is the former crew member of the Actium. He's one of the former crew member. He kind of walked out. You actually know him. He actually has a bit of a reputation. He's a bounty hunter. So,
what's going on with the other three?
The other three left. They walked away. They pulled the other guy around. The main guy walked away with the other two. The other two kind of pulled them away. Three of them split.
Oh, we just let them walk off. We're just gonna let them run off.
We live to fight another day.
I don't care to fight. I'm here to teach a lesson so they don't run off and do that again. Just because when we leave is not going to stop them from doing that again.
Well, that's okay. We have insurance. Sledge, you want to ride? You keep the Actium safe.
Sure. You guys gonna go after him?
Shit, might as well.
Cass like steps aside and like makes a motioning for Highland.
All right,
Professor.
Boss man.
Looks at the captain.
Let's go.
All right.
And you see he just saunters off, almost as if it's like he has like pained knees, as he slowly starts to pick up the pace and begrudgingly pulls out his pistols.
Yeah,
I also
switched to pistol.
I also calm up to Mark.
Yep.
And get these people some food.
I was already planning on handling that.
We may not be able to take everybody, but at least the least we can do is feed him.
So, well, I calm down to the airlock.
Mm-hmm. You're muted.
All right, guys.
There you go.
Yeah, you're cutting out a little bit.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, you're good.
Okay. So I calm down to the airlock and I say, all right, guys, here's the way this is going to work. I'm going to close the exterior airlock and open the interior. When that happens, each of you may come in and take one ration from the box in the cargo hold. Then return to the airlock and have a seat. You don't like these deals? Well, there might not be any oxygen when you're done. So, you guys good with that?
Slow might stay back to actually deal with this.
Okay. So just Cass and Highland?
Yeah.
We're going after
she's
him?
going to tell guys, I'm going to stay back and handle this, the food line here.
So let's...
Food line.
If you need help.
Oh, all right.
So let's cut to Highland and Cass as you guys follow them. They're kind of... So you're just kind of moving at a very, like at a quick pace there, Highland, or are you moving? Because they're just...
I think as soon as he gets the okay, he just begrudgingly turns over and lifts up his pistols and starts firing.
He just starts firing.
As they're like walking away, he's just gonna try, like they're fleeing, and he's just gonna try to catch them with bullets.
Give me a roll. Give me a roll. That's a pistols roll. So this would be.
Oh, not
but if I'm
accuracy
can see what he's doing, like if it's clear that he's doing that, like if he takes a moment, Cass is gonna follow his lead.
Okay.
Surprise attack! Yay!
I'm going to give you 2 rolls for 2 attacks because you're just taking time and firing. Aiming is a ability you can do.
Okay. Then I will aim. How do I do that part?
Question.
So,
Myers, just on the bridge.
Yeah. What do you want? What do you want?
So you get a
We should get some popcorn. This is getting good.
You get the popcorn. I've done everything so far.
I'm just going to use both shots to aim, but I have tracer rounds. Or I'm going to use both shots to fire, but I have tracer rounds, which lets me aim for free.
So you just get a +1 to your... Aim is a minor action. It just lets you get a +1 to all of your attacks. So give me another roll with +1.
Point of order question. What is exactly Sledge's position? Did he stay with the ship or is he going with them?
Oh, he's walking into the ship. You hear him shouting like, back off. We'll deal with this.
So he can be like my muscle guy. Okay, that's all I had. Sorry.
All right. So you have 6 stunt points. You hit, and you have 6 stunt points. Give me whatever stunt points you want to use for this. You got a pistol, so it's a gun stunt. You can use gun stunts. You can't use anything automatic. Is the only thing. You can do pistol.
That's right.
Which is an interesting one. If you attack hits an opponent, no, it's not adjacent to you. They're farther away, so that wouldn't work.
That would be the greatest pistol whip of all time, just to like throw
Just
it.
throw the pistol at him.
Like,
And
I'm out of bullets.
you also hit Cass. But
yeah, I'm gonna roll my second shot as well because he rolled both of his. But
I do a called shot.
called shot.
4 stun points.
4 stun points. You target an exposed part of your opponent's body. Attacks damage becomes penetrating, which means it ignores toughness. So it's just the armor. So yeah, you can do that. You still have 2 stun points left though, so you can do things like.
Okay.
You can also do precision marksman. If you make an attack with a firearm that benefits from an aim bonus before the end of the next turn, increase that aim bonus by 1 SP spent, which basically means you can spend. If you use 2 of those, then you could. Your next attack would be +3 with aim.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Okay.
I will do that.
So then roll me the damage, which is I think 2d6 plus. 2d6
I already see
plus
what strat, right?
accuracy.
Yeah, 2d6 plus accuracy for pistols.
No, for damage.
Oh wait, no, you're right. It's not accuracy. It's perception.
Perception.
Is pistol damage.
Is there a button on my
2d6.
sheet I can do, or do I have to?
Yes.
If you've built your weapon on the sheet, then yes.
So if you look at your sheet, I'll pull up your sheet real quick so I can get that.
Sorry, everyone.
It's all
No,
right.
you're
It's,
fine.
it's your first time.
Tisk.
If you
So-
wanna
Look at the
add
newbie over here.
So the
two
pistol.
6 damage.
Yeah, so you already have it says strap pistol. You just if you click the little plus minus, you can see roll for damage. You just click that.
Where's the damage
It'll be at
button?
the very bottom. Did you hit the button?
It'll be under
Roll
if
for damage,
you
there it is. I was looking for a black button. Thank you.
9 damage. So you ignore so that you did a total. Okay, so that's the number of damage you did. He's already been hit for an ungodly amount of damage before this.
I'm aiming to shoot him in the leg.
Okay.
I don't want to kill him. I'm not doing a headshot here.
Um.
you're kneecapping him
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to.
from behind.
From behind. That's what I was thinking.
Ooh,
Penetrating
that's
shot.
even uglier.
Yeah.
Yeah, you definitely you hit him. He's not disabled from this, but he definitely takes the hit. Go ahead and give me both of those hit as well, Cass. So give me the rolls and the stunt points for the second one.
So I'm actually gonna split mine on the guys that are on either side of him that are like helping him walk away.
Okay.
So the first one I'm just gonna roll straight damage because that doesn't have any stunts, but it is armor piercing. I want to note that.
Okay.
Akilo's pistol was armor piercing.
For the first one, yeah. So it ignores armor.
Yep. That's the guy on his left.
Okay.
And then the guy on his right, I have 4 stunt points. I'm also going to do called shot.
Okay.
So it'll be armor piercing and penetrating.
Penetrating. Okay.
Use that bullet hole in his knee as a bullseye.
You're welcome. I painted the target for you.
Yeah. So I'm just bam, bam on either side.
Okay. So that one is they all take hits for sure. But they seem to ricochet off the armor. That's just how the fortune works. So they're not injured. They definitely felt the impact though. Now with that they start to run. So you guys have one more shot on both of them before they get out of range. Before you have to move to get back into range.
All right. I focus in on center guy then if they're bolting.
Did I not get him in the? Did I not get him in the knee?
You got him, but he's not disabled yet.
Yeah.
If I used penetrating shot, would I have?
No, he's tougher than he's pretty tough, like in terms of his fortune. But essentially the way that it works is that you hit him, but it bounced off a piece of armor that he had on him. So it's doing a lot of damage in like D&D terms. Their HP went down, but in this terms, it's more like it doesn't actually hit them. It ricochets, but they had to spend fortune to prevent that from happening for them. So
Okay.
Yeah, so you guys have one more shot, both of you, before they disappear.
Told it to roll. I'm waiting.
Remember, if you're using aim, you get a +3 to your next attack there, Highland.
Oh, I am. I forgot to put that.
There it is.
Go ahead, roll
Yeah.
roll accuracy pistols, yeah. So yeah, you hit for
Pretty
that
sure
one,
I
though,
hit.
Cass. Yeah.
Is he within 6 meters?
Mm,
Were they within 6 meters for the first one? That's
yes,
a
they
pertinent
would have
question.
been.
Okay,
yeah.
so they would have taken 1 extra point of damage each.
Yeah, that's fine though. Okay,
Um,
so you both hit. Both roll me some damage.
Okay. Still armor piercing.
Yeah. Good. Roll me some damage
I
there,
rolled
Highland.
the 9. Yeah, I rolled the 9 before.
Oh, the 9. Oh, just to
Yeah.
keep that then. That's fine. So, you also, none of you guys had this stuff. Okay, so. Yeah, so you both focus on the guy in the middle guy, the boss, and you're not trying to kill him, right? You're trying to like wing him to bring him down.
Mm-hmm.
Take him out.
So you both fire, and your both of your shots impact. So he takes like the bullet like ricochets into his knee, and he kind of like hits into his knee, and he just kind of doubles over in pain and kind of hits the ground. And the other two guys look at him, look at you guys, and then run off as he's stuck there. So you guys can move up to him. You guys can run up to him if you want.
Yeah, I do. I think I just walk up to him.
Okay.
And go like, "You little shit," and then I pistol whip him.
Okay. Give me a strength check for that one, or not strength, the fighting check. Just quick fighting.
Yeah, fighting for that.
Fighting light weapons.
Yeah, fighting light weapon. If you have light weapon, I'll count that as light weapon. Okay, roll me some damage, which would be 1d6. Just roll 1d6 plus your strength, which would be.
What's my strength? What the hell is it?
Strength is 0, so it would just 1d. So
1.
All right.
That's funny. It's still going to move him to wounded.
Yeah, it's still gonna move him to wounded. That's how this works because he's out of fortune. So he like bullet hits in his shoulder. You go, or his knee. You walk up to him. You go, "You little shit," and then you just pistol whip him.
Yeah.
What are you doing out here shooting and beating up on innocent people?
He looks up at you. He's like on the ground a little bit. He goes, "Who the fuck are you, Pampa?"
Who am I? Who am I? I'm here to teach you a lesson. All right?
And I kick him over. I assume he's like on his like
He's
trying to like, and I want to kick his chest so he falls on his back.
Uh-huh.
And then I want to shoot him in the leg some more. Same leg.
Give me another attack. Just accuracy pistols. That'll hit based off because he's completely like. Give me a damage die for this one.
Okay, don't kill him. Don't kill him.
I mean, you have the choice as the attacker whether or not he dies.
So you say that kind of epic. You step on his chest. You go, "I'm here to teach you a lesson," and you shoot him in the leg, and he passes out like instantly with a shot. It goes through his other knee and like.
I think I lower my head. Highland lowers his head at a time, like in defeat, and goes, "Damn it!"
He gets a C-, Professor.
Mm.
And like leans down and grabs him by the collar and just drags him back to the Actium.
Meyer, you've been reading Twitch chat.
No, I don't. I never have chat open when we do.
Well, I went down and got the popcorn since you said you didn't want to do it.
All right. Okay.
And I brought you a bag of popcorn and some water when I came back.
So
and as we get back to the Actium, I just like drop him in front of Sledge, and I'm like, "There you go."
Highland, what were you gonna say?
I was gonna drag the body on the walker.
Oh, you do it.
Yeah.
Take it. There you are. And then he brings it over. And I think I would like to go inside and get some rope or something, or maybe take one of the straps off of the suit I have and just strap him to maybe just a pipe or something, or an outside paneling or something, just to have him still attached to the ship or near or even in the airlock. But I want him restrained, so when they wake up, they are restrained.
Okay.
He's also going to be a nice scarecrow for anybody else who wants to fuck with us.
Right, exactly.
You want him outside the ship, so you want to kill him when you go.
Suddenly reverse.
Sorry, you broke up there. What do you say?
Outside of the ship, but I do not want to kill him.
So you want him like in the airlock, because if you put him on the outside of the ship, he'll die the second he goes outside.
Take off. Yeah. No, I'm outside of the airlock, still and I'm going to wait there to have a scene when he wakes up.
Okay. So
you get a comm from Mark. You should put him outside the personnel airlock.
I mean, that's exposed to vacuum right now.
Well, what he's trying to say is I think what he's trying to say is that like he wants to put him inside the airlock, so he's not outside in vacuum, but he's locked in the airlock. So,
yeah.
Put him in the personnel airlock.
Yeah. So if Actium has two airlocks, one on the back and one on the side for personnel. One is the cargo one. So essentially, you can use the personnel one as a jail cell.
Yeah.
Right. I am bringing.
It has the added benefit of having a turret. Usually two, but right now it has the added benefit of having a turret.
I was gonna scan this man and let him run off. That's all I was gonna do. Do we want to keep him for questioning or anything, or what?
Sledge kind of shrugs his shoulders, like he has a bounty on him, but I can't cash it in because it's with Pinkwater. Pinkwater is, I don't know right now.
I don't need him for anything, but I'll leave it up to Sloan.
Right.
Who is AFK right now, by the way?
Yeah. She's back now.
Here she comes. Oh, here she comes.
All right. So as you're dragging him back, we'll cut back to Sloan and
it's so
loud. So we'll cut back to Sloan, and Sloan is with Sledge trying to get people in. People seem a lot less panicky when you guys are kind of helping them through. They come in, they get their food. Some of them, kind of wander back out to be on the outside of the ship. Some of them feel a little bit more bold and are getting weapons and standing guard on the outside of the ship while people are coming in and going. And Jebediah comes up to you after everyone's gotten some food and such and says, just to show this kind of kindness, we had another one, but
Are you saying something?
Yeah,
And I'm not
you're
I'm
speaking
very
so
slow.
quietly. Your noise
Yeah.
mates.
yeah, Miloda, I'm thank you so much for this. We had one other group help us, but they were those monsters outside. They stopped them. They killed them. We had no more help. There was said that there was a ship that could help us, the weeping somnambulist, but I didn't want to risk it. They attacked the dock, and they had they dispatched the two aid workers who were working there, and I don't know what to do. Thank you, Miloda. Thank you so much, Miloda.
Well, I'm sorry that we can't take as many as you as we'd like, but we only have limited resources and we have things we need to get done. But we can try to get into contact with other ships and maybe get them convinced to come render more aid.
Anything would be good. Anything.
And of course, like, I believe we were gonna take Jebediah with us. I think that was part of it.
We're going to take a number of his people, whether he chooses himself
Yeah.
to be in that group.
Yeah, and I'm going to ask him, do you want to stay here or do you want to go with us? Because it seems like, you're kind of a community, you've become a bit of a community lead through this, what just happened. So
I'm just a technician. They look up to me because I was the section boss for my section. People just came because we were organized. I wasn't going to say no.
Well, I think we should let you keep the weapons a couple of the weapons we've given you, because you're obviously going to need them here.
Yes.
And maybe in the future, we'll need a favor, and you'll be able to help us out in the future. You never know.
All right, so we're going to cut back to Highland. Highland is dragging.
He fixed my contacts.
He comes in and drags the unconscious body of this guy into the ship. Drags him up the personnel airlock.
No. Outside.
Leaves him outside.
Outside, not even in the airlock. He doesn't even want him on the ship.
Okay.
So it's the scene just happening outside.
Okay. So you leave him outside.
The airlocks.
After a few minutes, he wakes up restrained and just kind of is struggling a little bit. Is still kind of weak and looks up and goes, "What are you doing, Pampa? I'll pay you anything. Don't turn me in."
Good morning. How was your rest?
You shot me.
Right, I did shoot you. You were beating on Meloda. You remember?
Cass, by the way, is curious about Highland's character.
Uh-huh.
So he's just leaning against a wall nearby.
Yeah,
Okay.
probably just observing.
Yeah.
It's survival out here, Pampa.
It's survival out here. Well, you could have survived, and we could have probably taken you along here, but we're not going to now. Because what have you been doing? You've been beating up on people and just survival. Well, maybe this is survival. All right, survive this.
And I drop the pistol that I have, and I just lean in with my gloved hand, and I just stick it into the bullet, the bullet wound.
This is a lesson. Don't prey on the weak, for you are weaker.
He screams out as you do so, and he's like, "Who are you, Pampa? I know your face."
Remember me? You don't remember me, really?
See, Jata, I told you we needed popcorn. Told you.
You guys don't hear any of this. You just see him doing this, and Cass is
Yeah.
The right answer was, I'm that bitch.
Yeah. Cass, like, when he jams his finger into the wound, Cass, like, goes a little wide-eyed, but then is like, oh, it's this kind of guy.
Oh.
He looks at you and he goes, "You're the one on the the bear cat. You were
That's right.
the old one. The one who
Old
kept...
one. Okay, well, like you said, it's about survival.
What are you doing here? Is this your new crew?"
Well,
And I think he reaches back and leans up a bit and takes out a knife and cuts the strap.
surviving.
He kind of nods and kind of walks away, kind of limping a little bit as he does. But he limps out of sight.
He looks back at
Interesting
Cass.
man, Highland.
What was that, Cass?
I said, you're an interesting man, Highland.
Thank you. All right.
And he slaps the airlock open.
Okay.
As he tries to.
So,
make his way in.
these refugees, do they have an interesting tech?
No, none. They are.
Can we space them?
Who do you ask that?
He's just on the bridge talking into the air.
If you say that out loud, the response is, well, we could. Just like that. Like, we could, but probably shouldn't.
Forget it. I'm bored now.
All right. So,
me too.
As you guys are finishing up, some of the refugees are walking away, and Jebediah comes up to you, Sloan, and goes, "Thank you, Miloda. We will remember this, but I will take some of my people. I will try to get out. I will return to the other docks and see if we cannot find the ship out. This means a lot, though. The weapons will help. They prevent us from being preyed on by these falotas."
Well,
was my rifle down there?
No, you still had it in your room. So
no, y'all's personal weapons.
Also, Cass knows better.
yeah.
Okay.
Cass does know better. But
So
yeah, she lets them know, and she tells them, she's like, "Well, goodbye."
Yeah.
And my name's Sloan Maddox. If you ever need to get in touch with me.
I will remember that.
You
name.
don't
I
want
will
to
remember that name.
recruit them to help us?
Yeah, as
Ask
she's
it
like
completely
doing
for
the
character.
end bit, Cass is like, we might have a way for them to repay the favor now. Have we got any information on where Wendell is?
I just look over at Meyer without saying a word, or Jatai without saying a word.
Maybe.
Jata, by the way, you've seen him. Your ping is still active. You're still able to kind of find him, and you see him. He's maybe 5 minutes away.
Yeah, he's like really close.
All right, Jeb. We might need. Could we borrow a couple of your functional friends here?
Sure.
Captain, permission to go retrieve Wendell so we can get the hell off this moon.
Oh, permission granted. Go get his ass.
All right. And Cass Cass continues to limp. He's not in a good way, but
I'll have you know, it wasn't easy.
Oh wait,
like,
there's people going.
We would have helped you, Mark and I, but it was so long to track down this Wendell character. It was so difficult.
We're all very impressed, Jacha.
Yes.
Just letting you know.
He makes a rude gesture as he walks away.
I'll take it.
Saucy boys, saucy.
So,
Good job, Jata.
Jebediah and like 3 other people kind of walk with you as you guys walk towards the location of him. You turn a corner, and it's actually pretty quickly. Like you turn a corner, and he's like skids to a stop with his weapon up, and there's another woman next to him who is a Belter woman. She's clean shaved. Her head's completely shaved, and she also has like a small like submachine gun that she pulls up towards you guys as well. When he takes up, and
Cass starts briefly, and then brings the hand up and puts it on the front of the barrel of Wendell's gun. It's like, I'm getting a little tired of having guns pointed at me today.
Sorry, man. It just it's been one of them days.
It's been one of them weeks. Anyway, the Actium's back at A3. Who's your friend?
This is Paula. She's one of my one of my security agents. I got fired from Pinkwater after everything went to hell. We all got fired technically, so we've kind of been free agents.
You're a lucky bastard then, because somebody has been. There's a group that apparently has been hunting down Pinkwater agents and taking their armor.
Not surprised. Whew. Anyways, I got a hell of a story for you, but let's get back. I'd like to get the hell off this thing before everything goes tits up.
Oh, I would like to Pavadi Moneta. I'd like to calm her as well, just to see what's going on, because reasons.
Like
no fear reasons.
Are you going to call her, or are you going to try to kind of wave her? Or you trying to
Waiver.
find a waiver. So she doesn't seem to be on the station, or at least she doesn't
Okay.
seem to respond, because like when
Just
you
check.
wave her, there's too much of a delay for her to respond, for her to be on the station. It should be
Right.
instantaneous, but
The
And
number
for
you
those
have reached is no longer in service.
for those who are joining for this season, she was like an OPA contact that we made in like episode 2 of the last season. She was OPA leader here.
And Wendell was local law enforcement that we worked with to, among other things, take out a local gang leader by the name of Aquilo, in conjunction with how we were working with Moneta. So it's all kind of tied together.
so he nods. Just let me get the hell off this rock. I don't want to be here when this goes tits up. I didn't really like Mars when I lived there, but I think I'm gonna go back after all this.
We'll see how far we can get you. Come on.
Anywhere is better than this place.
Need like head nods back to the ship.
So yeah, they both walk. You guys both walk in there, and he begins to tell you a story. And by the way, I'm kind of hybriding both the show and the books, but Wendell's actually a character in the books. He's a minor character that shows up in the second book. So, which is cool because he's actually a character in some of the pre-written like missions as well for the series, or for the RPG. So he starts telling you a story about how he ran into a bunch of well-armed guys who were looking for a kid. And he found out pretty quickly that they were the James Holden, captain of the Rocinante. And essentially, James Holden had offered a ride off the rock if they helped him. So he went to go help them. Most of his men died in the attempt. It's just him and Paula. And him and Paula are trying to... We're heading back when when he got your response that you guys were coming in. And so he kind of looks over at at Jebediah and goes, I got a ship. If you want to go, they could probably take you.
The more I hear about this Holden fucker, the less I like him.
Well, he got most of my men killed. There was some sort of yelling match between the two folks. I didn't really care to sit there and figure out what their domestic squabbles were. I just wanted to get the hell out.
Well, between that and the Canterbury, it seems like everything he touches turns to shit. So I'd rather be as far away from him as possible.
Fair assessment. Now,
do I ever hear this?
You're on this bridge unless you were with them to go hunt for.
This is a conversation in a hallway, so probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Never mind then.
So you guys arrive. Jebediah kind of gathers his people up. He thanks you again. He says, I need to leave. I will try to find these sheep to get out of here.
Take care of yourself and make good use of that shotgun where you got to.
Will do.
Watch your back. And Cass also like just scoops up a handful of rations and tosses it.
Yeah.
I just have to ask real quick, Paul. Does Jebediah look like this?
Less green, but yes. Less green and taller. All right. So, everyone's aboard the ship. Sledge is with you guys. Wendell and Paula are there. All the other Ganymede Belters have left. They went to go to find this other ship that they can get out, the Holden ship.
So we're not taking any other Belters. It's just this 3 extra crew.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's up to you guys. You guys have gotten Wendell. You've the Marines are gone. The Martians are gone. What's your next move?
Enter now.
Like once everybody else is off the ship and it's just the people we trust, Cass just fucking collapses. Like he just sits down on the floor and just takes a deep breath. It's like, oh.
Are you all right? Are you all right? Take it easy.
I'm as all right as a man who's about 30% Swiss cheese can be.
Well, everybody, we are at a point where we just need to decide where we're going next. Wendell, do you have anywhere that you need to go? Sledge, same with you.
I don't care where I go, just not here. And Sledge goes, yeah, I could take a ride to Luna. I think I've got a contact in Luna that needs some help. So.
Well, it seems like Luna's a good spot for now.
It might not be a bad stop anyway. I'm pretty sure that Billy's dad still works out of the office there.
Have we gotten a response from him yet?
No, you haven't had a response.
Probably a little tied up with the whole war.
Yeah, well, I would think the safety of his son would be something to kind of get a priority response out of him.
You've obviously never spent any time talking to Billy.
What's the situation? Is it like one of those he's a terrible father and Billy resents him for it kind of things?
Oh, you've been to Earth. That's pretty much our dynamic.
Well, I mean, that's kind of not just an Earth thing. It's pretty common tale in human history.
At least back when I knew him, Billy was a spoiled brat who couldn't keep himself out of trouble. And then since then, he got abducted by pirates and has been drugged up in our med bay. So he seems like he still can't keep himself out of trouble.
We maybe need to have a discussion with Billy and let him get, lucid again at some point. But for now, Mark, go ahead and undock us and take us to get us set up to go to Luna. Make sure there's no you said that the Martians were gone, right? Like they're totally gone.
Yeah.
Don't file the Luna flight plan with the Martians.
No.
Where do you want me to let them think we're going?
Well, I mean, is anybody on the station to actually take our flight plan?
No, there's no left on the ATC, but the Martians are tracking outgoing flights. The ships in orbit.
Mark, can you see where the other refugee ships are headed?
I assume I could just look up one of their flight plans.
Yeah, you can easily find their flight plans. All of them are going to Tycho, which is being used as a refugee spot. There's some that are going to Mars, but most of them are going to Tycho.
Well, Cass, you got your choice: Mars or Tycho.
Well, I mean, we are.
I would pick Tycho.
Yeah, we're
because if we say Mars, they're going to follow us. If we say Mars, they're going to follow us all the way there. If we say Tycho, once we get a little ways away, they may not care.
Might not be the worst idea to touch base on Tycho anyway. Get a reload.
We could use some reloading for sure.
So what? Then we want to go to Tycho first, and then Luna.
At least I think we should at least touch down on or dock with Tycho for half a day. Get our PDCs reloaded.
PDCs and torpedoes. Just saying, we fired a few.
It's the least. It's the least that our new employer can handle, I think.
And just out of character, is Tycho closer than Luna is?
It's further.
Oh. I mean, but we're not maxed out on people. That was a concern earlier. But yeah, we're not maxed out. So yeah, let's just go to Tycho. Let's see what's going on over there. Sounds like a plan. And then Sledge.
At the very least, we should file a flight plan for Tycho, and we can bounce to Luna if it looks like we need to.
Yeah, just punch up a generic flight plan from here to Tycho. And
if we can't, for any reason, get Sledge to Luna, we'll make sure he gets transport there. But we'll probably just take.
I don't volunteer the flight plan. I radio the MCRN ships nearby and say, "We're planning to undock and depart. You guys have a wonderful day." and I wait to see if they ask for it.
They don't.
Okay, then we undock and depart.
In that, yeah, if it doesn't look like we're being tracked, I think Luna's the better bet. But if we're being tracked, the last thing I want to do is sour our relationship with the Martians by heading immediately for one of the yeah.
So, I mean, they pretty much don't seem to care. They seem
got
to be
bigger problems.
Yeah, they seem to have big other issues they're got to deal with. You get a response back with, "Thank you, Actium. Good flight," and that's all they say.
Thanks. Take care of yourself, guys.
So, you guys are able to start burning out. You guys head towards. Luna.
Yeah.
You head towards Luna. Can everyone give me a perception check? If you have perception hearing or perception seeing as well, please let me know those as well. Okay, thank you, Highland.
Cass is still out of it.
Taking it to 11.
I got 5 stunt points.
All right. So the only two people who and Highland's got 6. So either if you guys want to use these for this, I'm just going to let you guys know that it's generally this is going to be a investigation kind of situation. You'll basically you're overhearing or seeing something. So if you guys want to use any of those stunts, let me know.
Okay. You go first. You rolled higher.
You go first. You know what you're doing.
Okay, so I don't know what we're seeing, but I see it. But I want to use the stunt down the rabbit hole. So if this test led to a reveal, the GM also provides a brand new lead about a new subject that'll lead to greater rewards.
Okay.
Oh,
I'll do that. All right. So, the way I'll put this is Jata, you and Highland are in the cargo bay. You're kind of like you're packing up the cargo, trying to get it reset up and that kind of things after you've been opened up. And Highland, you hear this before Jata does, but you hear a very small beep, 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 and it sounds like it's coming from the walls.
I bring out my hand terminal and start scanning.
So you start looking through the walls, kind of like you're looking through the systems, and give me a intelligence technology check.
Okay.
Okay.
21.
So you're able to determine that something has been planted in the walls. It's connected to the systems, and you like almost immediately red flag goes up because it seems to be some kind of both tracker and a communications.
Something's been planted into the wall. It's brought up one of my red flags. It might be a tracker or a what else?
or like a comms thing.
Maybe.
Do we see it?
I mean, you know where it is, but and
Like-
it's making the sound. It's like a very dull sound. It was only because a quiet moment that Highland heard it. It was just kind of, Highland's been around ships.
Spot.
He's been around ships for most of his life, so he knows the sound of a ship, and he knows the sounds the ship makes. Ships like this make.
He also knows the sound of what a tracker would be. Probably.
Yeah.
Can we
No, that sound.
can we take off the if it's behind a panel, can we try and take off the panel? I have observation searching, so I can find it, and if I don't, I have advantage for searching, basically.
Yeah,
I'll give you a hand here.
Both you guys give me a observation searching for that, or
So, perception, yeah.
perception searching. Yeah.
Perception it is.
So I'll roll
Maybe-
twice because 13's really low.
If it's
so it
tracking
doesn't-
us,
Seven is worse.
if it's tracking us, I'm probably going to order Mark to go ahead and full stop for a second while they deal with it.
Well,
All
they
right,
haven't.
so-
I don't, have
We
they
haven't
readied
reported
up
it
to-
yet.
Yeah.
No, we haven't reported it yet.
Oh,
Hmm.
okay, never mind.
So I have observation, so I got to roll twice.
Okay, so you're able to remove the paneling, and Highland's kind of listening in. He kind of like is guiding you towards it as you're kind of looking through the wires, and you're able to find it. Do you want to do any stunt points? You got a bunch of stunt points on that for Jata.
So I'd like to take down the churn by two,
Okay.
because just in case it's a bomb, and
That was good.
oh yeah, because you have your stunt points from before as well. You hadn't used them yet, Highland.
Yeah.
All right.
I'll do that. Well, it's investigation though, right? Isn't
I can use it for anything.
Infiltration?
You can use
You can use your
infiltration.
stunt points for anything.
Oh, good. And I'm always just going to turn down the churn. All right.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll turn down the churn a bit.
So
Is 3 points we said was probably the best?
Okay.
Yeah.
Are you doing the
3 or
same?
5.
Same
I'll do
Jata?
with 3.
No, I'm using intuition because I have 6 stunt points from this most recent thing, so I'm going to use intuition and down the rabbit hole for this.
Okay. So, gotcha.
So for those who don't know, intuition, the GM reveals a fact about the object of your test you could not have noticed or deduced by simply interacting with it. And
And then, of course, the down the rabbit hole gives you something more information. So you find
that's pretty
it,
sweet.
and a couple things. First off, this is definitely a tracker. Second of all, it's a UN tracker.
It looks to be UN.
I feel like that.
And lastly, only someone who has intimate knowledge of the ship would have been able to place it. It was placed in the place that nobody would have looked, that is spliced to the secondary relay, and it was really well hidden.
Right.
Someone
And
who-
took
Where's
two of us
Sledge?
it took 2 of us to take the panel off, so it would be really crazy for someone to have just done it by themselves unless they knew the ship, right?
They knew
So
the
it's
ship
probably
very well.
Yeah, it's just like
This is a really weird spot for someone to hide a thing.
okay. Interesting.
What do you think? Probably tell.
I think we have a traitor in our midst.
Didn't even think of that.
Where's Sledge?
Last you saw him, he was in the crew quarters.
What do we know of that man we just picked up?
He's a crazy, crazy man.
Oh,
He's called Sledge because he carries a sledge. And
Are we alone?
Yeah, you're alone in the cargo bay right now.
you know them old Earth videos, Galaga with the watermelon and the hammer?
no.
I seen it. No? Ratna. He's a monster.
And that's with the hammer and the watermelon.
Imagine that. I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it so many times.
Okay, all right. Okay.
I don't want to confront this guy. At least not in person.
All right. Well, I have your back.
No, I have your back.
Well,
Also-
okay. Well,
Point of order.
Yeah.
All the dents in your room, Highland, those are from Sledge practicing with his
Right, yeah.
sledgehammer.
The noise when we're trying to sleep in the night. Tung! Tung! I think he might have gone back to your room, Highland.
look. All right.
We've got to turn Sledge into like a horror monster now.
Intense close up of him coming down the ladder with his boots.
all
right, I think
Sledge. So let's
Zoinks! I just jump in like 0G to land on your arms.
Ruh-roh, it's Sledge!
All right. Well, maybe we should probably talk to boss man.
Yeah. Sounds like a good idea.
All right.
For now,
Yeah,
I'll try and deactivate this thing, and maybe perhaps even find where it's calling to,
All right.
and then we
Go
leave it
here.
here.
I'll go get him.
Okay. All right.
All right.
All right.
Careful,
So you
Yoda.
guys. So who's going?
I head
Are you going
upstairs. I head up to find everyone in person.
Yeah, and I would like to find, like hack this thing to see if I can find out where it's like basically calling home to.
Cass is back in a med chair, by the way. Just like
Yeah.
that's where he.
Oh, by the
that's
way,
where he's been chilling instead of in his own bed.
give me a medical check, both you and give me the medicine check there, Mark, and then also give me the Constitution check.
Well, I passed, thankfully.
Yeah, you passed.
It's only one more point.
Yeah.
So success threshold is now 13.
Yes. So you're treating him, but he got real messed up. He got real messed up.
He's also not exactly taking it easy.
Easy, yeah. Let me do something real quick.
I think you're muted, Mark.
Sorry. You'd hear me mumbling, "You're a fucking idiot."
Yeah.
So
you sound like my ex-wife.
So Highland, you're going around. Are you going around telling all of the crew members, like, quietly?
He's gonna go find the captain first.
As he's doing that, and as I'm at the thing, I also send. I text Highland basically on his hand terminal. I send him a text message that he's gonna get on Discord.
Just a Gallagher gift.
It's probably gonna be a Gallagher gift.
So I think OOC, he's telling you to check your Discord.
Yeah.
The text. So you were able to find Sloane on the bridge. She's there, kind of while Mark is taking care of Cass.
I think he leans in and knocks on probably the door frame.
You hear a knock on the door frame. The Highland there.
And we have something that we found down in the cargo bay that requires your attention.
All right. I'll be down there.
Mm.
And then she gets up and she follows you.
Mm-hmm.
And then coming down the stairs, I think first is Highland.
The righteous way.
He leads you to a big panel that's missing and leaning against the side of the cargo bay. I think
Jatah's there, right?
nearby. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And Jatah's working on something, right?
Yeah.
Give me a tech check, by the way, Chita.
Okay, so tech. So I got hacking as a proficiency thing, so I can reroll that.
Reroll it.
16.
Yeah. So you were looking to try to see where it was tracking, like what the message was sending to. Is what you're trying to do?
My primary objective is to stop it from tracking. Secondary objective is to try and see where it's phoning.
That's two different rolls. But so the first roll, you're able to turn it off with that. Yeah, you're able to turn off the tracker.
Okay.
So as you turn off the tracker, you both Sloane and Highland show up down at the cargo bay.
Well, what is this thing?
Oh, Bossman, it's a. What's it look like?
It's like something that shouldn't be there.
We believe it could be something that could, well, track.
I make sure any video feed or audio feed that's coming out of this room is shut down for now.
Okay. You just walk over to the panel and just turn it all off.
Yeah.
Okay.
So now we're in the dark?
We're not in the dark. I've just
Okay.
She's cut off all the video now.
Okay, I thought it was just
everybody
cutting
else is
everything
in
off.
the dark
All right.
from what we're doing.
Got it.
Discussing.
Did we send our vector to where we needed to? Because someone else is getting it.
We might want to. I agree. we might want to change course, since this tracker here knows where we're going.
Hmm?
It appears to be UN in designation, so, and whoever put it here knows this ship. This is a Belta ship.
Hmm.
So you're telling me it's a UN tracker, but is it, and that it's tracking, it's reporting our movement to the UN in some capacity? Okay.
You don't know if it's reporting to the UN. It's just UN technology.
It's UN technology. And Bossman, the only other person who's new to this ship, who knows this ship like we do, is Sledge.
I'm gonna go back to the panel and I'm gonna replay like a video feed from.
Play a video feed.
I'm gonna replay video feed of the cargo bay since Sledge joined the ship. And the thing is also I was in the cargo bay with him for a long time today. So if he was doing something, he had to be super sneaky.
Yeah. So
makes him even scarier.
Give me a perception check for this one.
Okay.
Fast and deadly.
And sneaky.
Dude, in season 1, some guy opened a hotel room door and he just like caved his head in with a sledgehammer for no reason.
Man, does not do good.
All right. So,
no
the
room
one
key.
The one thing you did manage, I think it's actually technically a critical fail, is how that works. Because you rolled all ones. Essentially, well, Mark did that as well earlier, but I don't think it. But Cass, because essentially when you have a medical, when you have someone who's medical, Cass can choose the doctor or his own.
Yeah, and he got TN11, so yeah.
So, you look through the feed and nothing seems off at all. Can you speed up, look through it? You take some time going through it.
Yeah, like she basically does like at a certain speed, so she's not having to watch like an hour or two of footage.
You watch, you breeze through about 10 minutes, you breeze through about, 2 days worth of footage from the cargo bay, and you don't see anyone walking towards that panel.
Jata, can you see if our security feeds have at all been tampered with?
I guess I'm a security guard now.
Well, you're good at this.
I love Jata.
What should I roll?
It'd be in security, is what it would
be. Sloane's gonna space me.
Don't. Oh, no, she wouldn't space you unless you got really lippy.
16.
Okay, so you kind of go through the security stuff, and you see that someone has essentially looped empty footage and spliced it into the security feed. There's about a 10-minute section that has been looped and spliced.
What was happening before?
Nothing really. You'd have to review the footage for the rest of the ship to know what was going on.
I was about to say, I want to review footage from the deck above and see, like, kind of line up with that time and see, like, if somebody went, if it shows footage of somebody going in the cargo bay.
Quick question. Was the footage that was lost, was that before or after Sledge came aboard the ship?
After.
Okay.
It was Sledge.
Well, he does. Wendell does. There is Wendell and his friend, which
I don't trust Sledge.
Well,
he's too beefy to be a belter.
Let's look at the other footage from the deck above and see if we see anybody walking in here at that point.
Give me a perception. This would be a perception searching if you have it.
I don't have searching, so secret. Okay. Oh, I did much better that time.
Yeah. Okay.
God. Thank God.
You even have stunt points if you want to use them.
Yeah, I might. I think I'm gonna look at this.
Oh yeah, and Jata, you also had stunt points if you wanted to know more about that security feed tampering.
Oh, yeah, I got 3 stunt points, so I will use my Belta's intuition.
Okay.
The GM reveals a fact about the object of your test you could not have noticed or deduced.
It is, it's covering a time period. You realize that everyone was asleep, except for whoever was on post on the bridge. And at that time, it was Mark who was on the bridge.
I was Muck, the bastard.
Working with the UN, the Martian.
Okay, and then I'm going to apply my stunt points for my roll.
Like that would ever happen.
Let's see. Let's do. I'm going to do two things. I'm going to do like one into core. Aha. The GM reveals an additional useful fact about the object. Your test per SP spent. Gain +1 SP spent for your next test following up on the lead you just unlocked. So I'm going to have to test again for whatever you give me. But before we get into that side of it, I'm also going to go for Lucky Break. I'm going to put, that's 3. So I did 1 into core, 3 for Lucky Break. And that one says this test result leads to fortuitously to putting 2 and 2 together later. Treat one irrelevant focus as a tangential one on the next test you make to unlock a lead related to this test. So this both of these play into another test I'm going to do.
Okay, it can play into it. So
yeah, it can.
Okay, so based off of your review of the footage, being a little bit more careful this time, looking through that time period, you notice one strange artifact in that 10 minutes. It seems like nobody is awake during those 10 minutes, except Mark, who stays in who's just kind of in the cockpit, just flying the ship, kind of just paying attention. He may have, I don't know, what does Mark do in his free time? Does he have like videos that he watches? Does he listen to the news feeds, those kind of things? What does he do?
Yeah, he would check out like local news depending on where we are, and also just kind of like checking out what's going on with ships flying around, like where everything seems to be moving to and from, just keeping an eye out.
Okay. So yeah, so you see him flipping through news feeds and figuring things out, that kind of stuff. So, but you do notice a weird artifact in the living room. See what seems like the motion of a door, like a light turns on saying that the door is open, but the door is not open for one of the bedrooms. And it seems semi-opaque, like someone tried to turn it off or try to like did a sloppy job of fixing that one.
Okay. Yeah, I'm kind of not understanding what that. So basically it looks like a door open, but it didn't actually open?
Not in the footage.
Yeah, the footage still has a closed door, but the indicator came on as if the door were open.
Oh,
like somebody
so they basically
tried
they
to
forgot
cover it
to
up,
cover
but missed that pixel. Basically,
they forgot to change the light part. Okay, and what door was it?
It was the guest door.
And who's staying in the guest door?
There's I think you guys have like 3. Let me look at the.
Yeah, Sledge, Wendell, and Paula at least.
Yeah, and there are there's one guest door that has 3 beds in, or 4 beds in it, because there's like one room that has, you have one room per crew member, and then there's one sled door that just still has like 4 beds in it that you've been using as a guest quarters.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, she's gonna. And was that was that specific thing toward down the rabbit hole, or was that the core? Aha.
That was the down the rabbit hole.
Okay. Okay, she's gonna kind of see if she can mess with the footage and see if she can undo whatever was done to it.
That's a security check.
That's fine. Well, where's security?
It's up. Intelligence.
Thank you. That's I'm like,
That's actually one of the focuses I have.
yeah, you might get called down in a minute. But right now, we're obviously trying to handle this. 13.
All right, because of your other, the aha, you're able to put together. You realize that security wise, like the footage is gone, but you realize that someone had to have access to the codes to the ship to get this done, and you go back through the security logs to see if anyone had access who had access to it, and Sledge's access codes were used because he hadn't removed them from the system yet to access the security feed. There's no all it says is access. There is no evidence that he tampered with it. There's nothing that says that he changed it or used any of his codes for that. It just said that he used the feed, used it to access the feed about 20 minutes after the feed had been displayed.
Okay.
So essentially, like whatever happened, 20 minutes later, someone accessed the security, feed on the ship using Sledge's code.
The data. Yeah.
I think
so
Highland is leaning over you, I think, as you're looking through all this footage, and he just goes,
You want me to shoot him?
Well, here's the deal: is
it'll be easy. I mean, I don't know him, so it'll probably be
unless
easiest
Sledge
for me
has.
to.
That's fair, but the thing is this doesn't seem like in Sledge's character to do such a thing, especially in this context. So I wouldn't put it past maybe Wendell's friend. Or even Wendell. Like, we don't know which three of them, but somebody could have, the other two could have easily somehow hacked into his terminal and gotten his access codes. So what we're going to do for now is, I think what we should do is we should, now that you shut this device off, or is it still on?
The lights are flashing, but it's off, yeah.
Now, is it like off, or is it still like working in some way?
GM?
You've turned it from transmitting. It's still on, but it's no longer transmitting.
You've turned the Wi-Fi off.
Yeah.
Basically.
Okay, go ahead.
Just so, basically, if anybody who planted it there walks by, they'd hear it, but it won't be doing anything.
Like it'd still be beeping.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. So she's going to kind of ask you, she's going to like, is there a way that you could possibly get it to transmit false signals about what, like, can you get it to say that we're going one way, whereas we're actually going a different way?
Don't know. Let's find out. GM, could I try?
You can, yeah. Give me a tech check.
Jedi had to bite his tongue there. He's going to try and be mean again.
Yeah, because basically she's asking you to hack it to feed false tracking information.
Right. So I failed that one roll, I guess, with TN11, so I can roll one more time with hacking.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
19.
Yes.
Yes, you've got skill points. So.
Okay.
I
got 5. So I guess I would like to use It Wasn't Me. So -2 on finding on them backtracing the channels and like gridlocking your hyperchambers, and then 1 for the turn.
1 for the turn. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So you're able to send it. Basically, you're trying to send it off to send false messages, like garbage data, essentially.
Not garbage data, but not correct data. I don't want it so that they go, hey, this is rubbish. I want it to be like, hey, they're going this way. You know what I mean?
All right. So yeah, you're able to do that pretty easily. You're able to kind of look through, send out false data that, it's, you set up like essentially to just set a random courses throughout the system so that it's following a random course that seems logical, like a trade route that you remember from that some people use from like Tycho to Vesta or something like that. So
yeah, so like if it's like transmitting like ship specs and that kind of thing and ship stats, there's basically an extra decimal point and things so that like it's never exactly what's going on.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah, because I'm in my mind, I'm sitting here like out of character thinking, do I want it to say that we're going to Tycho or do I want it to say that we're going to Luna? And then, because like our plan right now is to go to Luna, correct? Like I can't remember what we fucking decided.
Yeah.
Okay. I might want to send it information that we're actually going to Tycho. That way we can communicate with Fred Johnson and let him know what's happening. And maybe he should expect company of some kind. I'm kind of where my mind is, and I'm literally like this is. I don't know, she's saying this like out of like in character to you because she's trying to get like you guys' like thoughts on what we should do.
You're right. If we already sent our vector towards the authorities and we're going towards Luna, right?
Right.
Why
we
not
should change course to Tycho.
Why don't we change course to not Tycho and not Luna and see who shows up?
Oh, where could we go?
Go in the system.
Hmm?
Anywhere in the system. You can go to Mars. You can go to Alice, which is where you had been before. There's plenty of stations out there, and you can pick anyone.
And we don't tell anyone else.
Well, Mark, we have to tell, but he's
Right.
the one flying the ship. So
Right.
Yeah, Palace has a good IHOP.
let's go to Palace. That's a good idea. And then and
Go to
then,
Ceres. That's where you guys started. Way back there. So you go to Palace. It's up to you.
We'll flip a coin for it.
Okay.
Let me find my coin.
In
I'll just use
character.
a bottle cap.
All right, there, Two-Face.
Well, I don't really have a care either way. I can't get that coin. Okay, cool. I'm just gonna flip this. So somebody call it.
Flip this coaster.
Somebody call it.
It's
What's
tails.
heads? Heads for
Oh,
what?
I don't know. I will go towards where were the choices? Ceres.
Palace
Palace
Station
and-
or Ceres.
Ceres is tails.
Okay. Tails it is. It
Right.
landed in my makeup case.
Perfect. It's fine.
So you guys are
And
going to
so-
Ceres.
I'm gonna I'm just gonna say this doesn't leave this group, and obviously Mark has to be let into it.
Mm-hmm.
And what I want to do from this point on, Jata, is if any, I want you to quietly lock out his codes, but I want them to still function, but I want to be able to know when those codes are being used. I want an alert to our terminals, you, me, Highland. I want an immediate alert to our terminals as soon as somebody starts to mess with the codes.
Okay. Pass me your terminal.
Here's my
Okay,
terminal.
and-
And I think as he's passing it over, he also addresses Sloan.
Is there a way we could change the vector without letting Mark know? And I know he will have to at some point because he will ask questions, but to see how he asks the questions and how he responds to the information that has already been given.
I very deeply trust Mark, but I understand what you're asking. And GM, is that possible?
The question is, is there a way to
Sneak by. Is there a way we could sneak by Mark, whether it is during not his shift at the desk, or if there's a way we can override the ship controls just for can we reroute without him knowing?
Oh, easily. It's not.
Okay.
It's an automated process. It's almost automated. The only reason why you need a pilot for most of the cases is the delicate things like landing, or if you're getting into combat.
But
So unless he
correct
really-
me if I'm wrong, but most people will feel a course change.
Yes.
He's a glorified roller coaster operator.
What?
He's kind of like a typical like airline pilot today. Like most airline pilots are there to make sure that the planes don't crash, but once they get into cruising altitude, they pretty much don't do anything. They just maintain the systems and make sure the systems are working. They really mostly there for takeoff and landing.
Now we need to have a plan for if anybody, which there might be likely somebody might notice the course change, especially Mark.
Right,
So we
would.
need to come up with like a reason for us changing it.
That would be, I think, your doing. But the best way here is we could see people will react, and that is the thing. That is the information that we will need to harvest. Is how they react towards this new course change.
Maybe we should just tell everybody we're changing course so that maybe we can catch the person in red-handed too.
Right, but then that'll give them time to adjust in their silence. Believe me, I've watched a lot of people. If we already make the change, they cannot unchange that. We've already changed our course. They will come and complain faster than they will keep secret and try to devise a new plan.
All right, then we'll just keep it all secret. But once somebody notices, we will have to address it. So I'll deal with that. But yeah. Thank you for that insight, Hyland. And then once Jata's done with her hand terminal, she's gonna go back up to the bridge.
Okay.
You can make the changes on the bridge because you're, I think, currently on the bridge. I think Mark is still dealing with the CAS.
Yeah, so she'll definitely make the course change, and she'll try to get the ship to do it like without being too crazy noticeable.
We lost CAS. Let's see if HP comes back.
No. Oh, no.
I would like to say, Paul, I did just get done telling you that I watched the courses that ships are taking around us. So noticing cartography, I would once I get back to the bridge, like while I'm in medical, absolutely not. But yeah, that's the kind of stuff I would like obsess over.
Change you'd probably feel immediately as well.
Oh, you'd feel it instantly. Like everyone on the ship would feel it.
Everyone.
But again, like Hyla said, how they react is going to be interesting.
All right, we'll wait. We'll take a quick break while 5 minute break while it comes back, and then we'll wrap up this intrigue. Hopefully, you guys are enjoying this so far. So
yeah,
very much so.
Good time to take a break.
Yeah, we'll be right back. I'll meet you guys. All right. So here's the situation. You go up and punch in the course change. Both Cass and Mark, you guys were arguing about like taking it easy, and then you both feel this slow shift into 0G, and then another slow back into it's almost imperceptible, but you've been on the ship long enough that you can feel the weight change and then the change come back as a course change.
Like, hold on.
Mark, you're muted.
Fuck. I hate that button.
Every time.
What did they do now?
I don't know. Let's go find out.
No. There's no let's. Lay your ass back down. I'll let you know. And I start walking towards the bridge.
All right. So, Mark, as you leave the medical bay, you see you see Sledge climbing up the ladder towards where you are, going up to check on this as well.
Hey, Sledge, welcome back.
Hey, did you just feel a course change?
A little bit. Didn't seem like a major one. Why? What's up?
You didn't change course then?
I've been in medical, man. I'm heading to the bridge to...
I'm going to join you with this. So he kind of climbs up behind you.
Right. Okay.
Because he was in the residential area, and then there's the medical and like recreational area, and then there's the bridge. So you were above him, going up towards the bridge, and he's.
By the way, Sloane's gonna have she's gonna have like a weapon like stashed under her chair.
I think we already determined you keep something on a console
I have a
on the
pistol.
bridge.
That's my pistol's kept under, and of course she has her stun baton's just like on her person usually.
So, not in character, not knowing everything that's going on, I'm just casually strolling up to the bridge and taking my seat. Like,
yeah,
I'm not, and I can look at where we're going. I obviously know that it's changed.
And and she also has like the button for sealing the bridge like at ready.
Okay, so you immediately when you come in, you sit down, you immediately see that the course has been changed. It's a gradual course change, but it's a course change moving away from Luna towards Ceres.
Cap, we changed plans, or is something wrong?
Is Sledge up there too?
Sledge follows in right after he sits down and says that. He walks in.
Yeah, as soon as Sledge is in, she presses the seal button, and she also locks it to where neither of them can change that.
Change the course or
yeah, well, no, they can't unlock.
Okay, so
like she set up like a fingerprint command.
The second he gets up to the deck, steel doors just slide shut beneath him as he steps up. He looks at you. He looks down the doors. He looks confused at first. He's like, "What's going on?"
A change of plans.
Okay, my contacts know I'm supposed to go to Luna, so I just need to radio ahead and let them know we're changing. Where are we going?
I'm sorry, I'm just trying to think of how to answer him.
And even though I know I'm not answering,
we're going to Tycho right now. We need to make a stop.
Tycho? Sure. Any reason why?
I can't talk to that. I can't talk to you about that. I can't talk to either of you about that right now. I trust me. It's nothing dangerous. It's just something that I have to do.
Okay. I'll just radio ahead and let him know that I'm not going to make it to Luna if I can do that.
All right. And then she's gonna, like, if he needs to leave to do that, like, she'll go ahead and let him out of the bridge.
He can do it in the bridge. He just needs access to he boops in, pops into his access code, sends a message off to.
Yeah, she makes sure that her thing for that is silenced, and she sends a hand. She makes sure that, like, she sends like a quick text message to Jata and Hyland saying, I see him accessing the codes. It's okay.
Yeah, because you both get like a ping instantly when he sends that he's accessing the communications array, and he sends a wave towards Luna, so a laser beam communications.
So to Tycho then.
Yeah, Tycho, how about that?
Are you guys in the bridge with her?
No, well.
I let them know. I would tell them, like, I told them I'd go.
Okay.
I think Hyland follows her up there. He would want to see the reaction as well.
Okay. Oh, yeah, so he walked up with her. So you're there with her? Okay.
Yeah. He's just playing along.
Oh. Okay, Tycho then.
As he tries to just ham it up.
All right. So, Jata and Hyland, give me a and Sloan, give me a communications check.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Point of
communications.
Can you hear me? I think I'm cutting out.
Yeah, I can hear you.
You're fine.
Hear you. Okay. Point of order. I'm not on the bridge because I am a very terrible liar.
Okay. What is it?
So we didn't notice.
It's
I'm such a good liar that it'd be unfair, so I stayed downstairs.
Communications what?
No, I'm trying to think if it's communications or perception. I'm looking through it.
Oh, sorry.
I don't have any perception ability, so it's just straight perception for me if you're going for that.
So if people want to know if they're lying, they need to roll a perception check, and then if they have intuition, then they can roll perception intuition.
Yeah, it is perception intuition. That's what I'm looking for. Yeah, perception intuition. So if you have intuition, use it.
I actually have communication deception.
This would be
Yeah,
perception.
but you're a
intuition.
terrible liar.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, baby.
Ooh. Okay.
Ooh, baby. Ooh,
Okay.
look at that.
Baby.
Double
Both of-
baby.
Both of you recognize that he's sending it to Luna, but he's not sending it to Luna. He's sending it to a comsat near Luna. It's just a little off, but you're able to, because you've already kind of been a little off-wise. Most people would just send it straight to Luna, or like, they'd send it to a relay station. This is not a relay station. This is like a sat that's designed to relay messages away from Luna towards other places. So he's bouncing this towards that station, which would be unusual for that kind of communication.
Do we see this as like he's like on like over his shoulder as he's on his hand terminal, or
you can see it on the communications, because he's accessing the ship's communications relay, and Chata lets you know what he's accessing the relay, so you can actually see the trajectory of the message. If no one was paying attention, they wouldn't notice it. But you guys have been super careful about him, so you notice this. It's just a few degrees difference.
Look and share a look with Sloane.
Yeah. And yeah, she's kind of internally debating on if she's just gonna start questioning him right away. But she'll leave it alone for now.
Yeah, I think
she'll give Highland the look like the kind of look that says like, do what you think is right.
Yeah, I think he also reflects that back as he kind of keeps his eyes on you as he makes a slow turn the other way and walks down the ladder.
She'll unseal for you.
Thank you.
And then she'll seal it back up once you're out.
All right. Once Highland leaves, you both get another ping. All of you get another ping about access. It seems like somebody else is accessing using his codes in the bridge, accessing the security feeds.
Right now?
Right now.
Who else is in the bridge with them? Well, I'm not there. Sorry.
It's at this point, it's just me, Mark, and what's his face?
Yeah.
But it's reading as somebody completely different's doing it, right?
No. It's reading as him.
Oh, okay.
So the thing is that you see him sit down, you see him access the communications relays, and you guys were kind of looking around, looking at the communications. And as he was leaving, it now is telling you that the same codes are being used to access the security feeds from the bridge.
And okay. And
the thing about the panels in the Expanse is that the panels are multi-purpose, so you can actually use one panel can be used to access the security feed. It can be used to access the communications array. There's no dedicated panels, so you can essentially access from anything.
I tell Jata, I text Jata and say, look into that immediately. And she, of course, is like, while their backs are,
yeah, their backs are to you, both of them.
She's gonna draw her weapon out from under her chair, but she's gonna she's gonna kind of hold it in her lap in a way where it's like hidden, but it's like ready to go.
Give me dexterity check, unless you have dexterity stealth. No, sleight of hand. I'm sorry, dexterity sleight of hand.
On the floor.
Yeah.
Ooh, where? I'm wondering if I could use improvisation for that.
You could, yes. You wouldn't get the bonus. You'd get the bonus, but you wouldn't get the training for it. You get basically a +2 for it.
Okay, so for that check, or because it says it applies to intelligence 1 or willpower, that's a requirement. Never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want to say using improvisation, you can't generate stunt points. That's
no, you can't generate stunt points, and you don't get the bonuses for
the
it.
Focus.
It just gives you
it says right here.
It gives you the ability to do that. So you wouldn't get the bonuses for it. You wouldn't get an additional +2, but you essentially have a lower difficulty level. Is the way I've been doing that. Is that if you
Yeah.
have skills at it, it's easier for you to do it.
Here's what it says. It says you adapt to the situation. You can make an ability test that requires a specific focus, even if you don't have that focus. You don't gain the focus bonus to your roll, and you don't generate SP on such rolls. But in investigations, you are always considered to have a tangential focus. And I'm just doing it for the dexterity check. Like I'm just improvising.
Just do a dexterity check, and what I've been doing is I've been saying, because it doesn't make a lot of sense. There's some things that are like really super required, but what I've been doing is I've been focusing it on making it more about the how good you are at that. Is essentially what it is. There'll be some things that like Jatak can hack because he's a hacker, but like you know.
Yeah.
In this case, is you're trying to look more stealthy than you actually would be. So yeah, okay. So you think you're pretty? You think you've kind of like been able to conceal it a little bit when you're holding it.
And can I use like a little bit of fortune to bump that up?
Yeah, you can.
So
what are you gonna...
the way that works is you change your dice roll. So say you want to wanted to change that 3 to a 5, it costs you the 2. Number that's on the it actually costs you
5.
The number you want to change it to. Yeah, so
okay.
5.
So basically I just pay for the difference.
Yes.
No, you pay the dice number. So if you wanted to change the 2 to a 5, it costs 5.
If you wanted to change
Drama
the 3
die
to 5,
costs double
it's
what's
5.
on the die.
I'm trying to see what my die are. What my roll was.
A 2, a 3, and a 5. So you could change the 2 to a 3, which would cost you 3 fortune. But then you would have double. You'd have 12, and you would have 5 stunt points.
Okay.
Because it's
let's do that. Let's just do that. That sounds cool. Let's do this. Let's get myself stunt points on top of it.
Okay, so you're 12.
So how many fortune do I need to knock off?
3.
Okay, thank you. That's what I'm like. So I'm knocking off. Oh, I never changed my fortune from the last session. So 21 minus 3 is what? I don't
19.
do math very good.
18.
Thank you.
18.
I can't, like, I'm not snappy enough.
18.
So yeah, and so now I have stunt points, you said?
Now you have 5 stunt points with this.
Okay, and so yeah, for and I'm concealing yada yada. I'm gonna do. Sorry, I'm just looking. Ooh, gun stunt. Oh my goodness. I don't want to like attack him right now. Maybe infiltration.
Do infiltration.
They just, for a dexterity check, it seems a little weird, but
yeah, I mean, you could do things like it wasn't me.
Oh, I could do like
waters, or
I can do like cover your tracks.
You're trying to hack into evading cops or infiltrating military bases.
Evading cops or infiltrate, like it seems like that
if he
applies,
tried to,
I'm basically.
Yeah, if he tries to, basically it would be a -2 for him to try to see if you have a gun, just to notice that you have a gun.
Yeah, exactly. And then the other 2 points I have left, I'll just put into the reduction of the turn if that's necessary. If that it can take any reduction at the moment.
Because the calming the waters is 1+, so it'd be 2 minus 2.
So it will result in a -1 total because she spent more than 4 stunt points on this roll.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Okay. So, you seem to